Hi, everyone. We're live, I guess. We're early. As everyone knows, Chad's always early. We have a good show tonight. We have, as far as I know, Terry, Poet, and Clearwater Dad. So, smaller show, but good show. We also have the post show later on. So, that's good. Yeah, so we're going to, like I said, we're early, so we're just going to hang out. Everyone's coming in closer to 5. Everyone's kind of, some people are getting ready for the post show. So we got kind of a long night, which is good. So anyone that misses the regular show, you can see the post show. I'll be taking notes on the regular show so we could. Hey Jeff, thanks for joining us. Always great to see Jeff. Jeff, you've been here every week. I appreciate it. Hope everything's good with you, Jeff. Well, like I said, we're just kind of hanging out, waiting for people to show up. Yeah, so we got some good news and some bad news, as everyone knows. We got the good news with the Masterson case. Jane Doe's got their justice, and then the bad news with Mike. Everyone knows about that. I'm gonna work on a sketch just to relax me a little bit. It's an old one I had been working on. Started it a while ago. It's probably hard to see. At least you can see Chad here. Yeah, like I said, we're early. We're just waiting on everyone and just relaxing, chilling out with the pre-show here. Drawing a palm tree. And Jeff, I hope you're relaxing too. Hey, Julie. Good to see you. Yeah, Chad and Chad here. Chad. Both of us say hi. All right. Either way, Julie is fine. No worries at all. All right. Sounds good, Terry. No pressure. We're just chilling. Yeah, same with, everyone just comes in when they want. Clearwater Dad, I think he emailed me earlier. He'll be on later too, in and out. And Poet, same deal. Just drawing a palm. Sounds good, Julie. Yeah, we're just relaxing here. I had fun. We did the. I don't know if you guys. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys seen it. I did a couple lives today. A couple documenting. Oh, let me see what Jeff's doing. Sounds good, or Simon. Sounds good. Sounds good, Simon. Jeff, you're way ahead of me on those 3D printers. No matter how much I see them, that stuff is like it's like science fiction to me. Even though I see them work, I see them doing their things. It's kind of way ahead of me. That's cool. You're with the. That's cool. I guess it's one of those things too. You just have to do it, right? Just have to read the instructions and watch videos and. I appreciate you guys being with us. It's nice that different people pop in and out. You know, it's nice that everyone doesn't come in at once. And Simon, he probably can't stay the whole time because he's got a 8-year-old like I do too. I made my not well, I didn't make him eat, but we had the pizza, and I put some ham and cheese sandwiches in the fridge so I don't have to stop the stream and make him dinner. Even though we had pizza, he eats pretty big like me. So for the lives, we're going to be documenting roughly the 10 top pizza places in Buffalo, and the 10 top historical places, monuments, and some stuff along the water. We're going to be trying to get out every day. Yeah, if there's a day we don't get out, that's not a big deal either, but we're going to try to get out every day. It's fun getting out in a nice spring. I love that Chaz that Marilyn made for me. I love him. Right, Chad? Chad agrees. Both Chads agree. Chads are multiplying. Chad times 10. Appreciate you guys being with me. We're early. We got more people joining soon. Maybe I should turn my ringers up in case anyone tries to contact me for the show. You know what I mean? Turn it up. I know, right? I was trying to move him a little bit yesterday, but I couldn't with maybe he needs to smoke to get going like yesterday. Right, Chad? Yeah, maybe he'll dance around a little bit and stuff. He was Hey, one with cats. We're in your aquarium. Well, that's important work. I don't like. Yeah, that's cool. It's very good. Thanks. I got a lot of good feedback from that live in general. You know, I do appreciate Marilyn making the guy for me. It was way above. Your fish approves and Chad approves. Both Chads approve. Hey, Daniel, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm 44, so I'm getting there too. But yeah, I love all that stuff too. You know, I have no shame drawing with pencils and crayons and playing cards with my son. Yep. Yeah, it's important. You know, I didn't see this coming with Mike about this. You know, I'm not even going to say the word what he has, but in general, I worry about anyone that, anyone that served in the Sea Org for multiple years. Because, in my opinion, your body's not designed to get 2 or 3 hours sleep a night for years at a time. I think that damages the body. That's just my opinion. It's a non-medical opinion. But you know, like you do that for so long. So one with cats. I like cats too. How many cats do you have? If you don't mind me asking. You don't have to answer if you don't want. Yeah, we're still early. We weren't really planning to go on until. Yeah. Yeah, we're with you in spirit there, Jeff. Everything will work out in the end. It's hard sometimes. It's hard now, I'm sure. Oh, wow. You keep a clean house? Not Chad. That's cool, though. It's okay. You don't have to say if you don't want how many cats. I like cats, though. Nine's not bad. If you could have nine and have a clean house, I'll give you a lot of credit for that. I always had cats growing up, and I just don't really have time right now. Yeah. Well, they're good. They're good animals, good friends. Yep. Yeah, we're here for you, Jeff, for sure. I think that's great. You got nine. Hey, B man, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. We're just chilling. We're early. Borderline Dad's gonna join us. Poet's gonna join us off and on. I think Terry is. I just drew a palm to get going, but I don't. I need a break from drawing. I'm just kind of relaxing over here. Grab my drink. Oh. Oh, I love mine too. I love the Chad mini Chad. It's amazing that you made that thing. Yeah, definitely, be man. I love drawing and painting, but I just want to relax and everything. Hey, Tampa, Japan, of Green Naples, great to join us. Thank you for joining us. Nice, yeah. Griff knows his stuff. He doesn't take no nonsense, that guy. Hey, Aaron, thanks for joining us. We're just relaxing, taking a break from drawing. I worked on the palm a little bit. Maybe we'll do it in a little while, but I'm just relaxing. It's one of those deals. I love going on live. It gets addictive, and but Terry's coming on. Let me get her in. Will I get a letter in? Welcome, Terry. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, we're still early, but we got Aaron with us, one with cats, Tampa, Japan, and Green Naples, B Man. Sorry if I missed anyone.
Okay. So you just painting today?
Yeah, just drawing. Just gonna. I guess I'll go back to it for a little while. How about you? What you got, Terry?
Peggy in the Facebook chat asked if somebody was interested in making something, and so I agreed to make it. And it's a little pride flag. And I made
Oh,
the front.
okay.
Now I just need to make the back.
That's cool.
If I can
That's
find
great.
it. Thing is, it takes 9 colors of yarn,
Oh, okay.
so it's a lot of chaos.
I hear you. I don't have the patience to do the kind of crafts you guys do. That's great, though.
And it doesn't look good right now because I haven't sewn everything in, but where's the front? That's the front of it.
Oh, that's really nice. Definitely. Hey,
So
Daniel,
you've been
we got
showing
one.
us a lot of buffalo lately. So that's
Everyone likes the. I'm trying to find my way with what people like and don't like, and I don't want to do stuff people don't like, but people seem to like the Buffalo series, this historic stuff. And I did a pizza place today because I'm like, I might do the top 10 pizza places too.
that food's always a good thing.
Yeah, and Buffalo does say I don't want to, but Buffalo does have pretty good pizza compared to some of the places I've been. Not saying no other place, but yeah. Oh, Jan, they come in on my time 7 o'clock, which is 2 hours and 25 minutes. I'm not sure what time zone you're in. It's good. Yeah, so Borderline or Simon, Borderline what? He'll be joining us, and then Poet will be too. We'll have a shorter crew today, which is fine.
Yeah, I saw Poet earlier. He said he'd join it. I think he said 5 his time, which is my time. So that's in about an hour or so.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. In the chat, Daniel. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do the savers. I'm gonna mark that down on a piece of paper. It's a good idea because I am looking for things to do. And then someone asked me, Aaron asked me, if I had to move to a different state, what state would I pick? I don't know. It's a good question. I probably would pick Florida.
Really?
Yeah. But I'd want a dual residency because I do like the seasons.
Yeah.
How about you, Terry?
We're looking to kind of move.
Yeah.
The humidity is getting to my husband, and I just have never liked living here.
Where do you live? I mean, you don't tell me exactly
Alabama.
where. Oh, okay.
Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
And we've been actually looking up in central New York. Massachusetts, kind of near the border. I have a girlfriend that lives up there, and she says I'm very much a Berkshires person. I don't know what that means, but I trust her. So we're talking about visiting up there.
Oh, that's cool.
But my husband and son are huge, huge, huge sports people. Hold on a second.
Yeah, no worries.
And they're going to East Rutherford, New Jersey next month.
Oh, okay.
It's a soccer game. And so I'm hoping that my husband will fall in love with it. He's never lived anywhere but Alabama.
Oh, wow.
So he doesn't really realize how icky it is here.
I like hearing where different people live and what.
Pardon?
I like hearing where people live and stuff like that, and different cultures, and even from states to states, do things different food.
Oh, absolutely. Have you always lived in Buffalo? You sound like you've always lived up north.
Yeah, I always have. Yep. But it's nice to. I wouldn't. Welcome, Jen. I wouldn't. Living in it's you drive by all these monuments and you never stop. So it's nice to kind of reflect on some of the stuff.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's cool, B-Man. And Jan lives in Jersey.
What part of New Jersey, north or south? Because I lived in Mount Laurel for a long time. I am making, there's a woman in the craft group called, her name's Peggy, and she doesn't knit or crochet. So she asked if somebody would make her this little pride flag. So I made it looks awful now because it's not sewn in, but I need to make the back of it. And if I can figure out the beginning of this yarn, I will get started.
So someone asked me a question. I was gonna type it, but let's see here. It's Jan. That's moving pretty quick now. I haven't watched your podcast before. What's your connection to Scientology? I've never been in Scientology, but I watched the Leah Remini show back in whenever it was originally aired, and I was fascinated by it. And then a couple years later, I started watching Aaron on YouTube. And 6 months before I did the character, I was watching it every day for 6 months. He was doing the Tampa Brad's reaction videos and the Grant Cardone's. And he came up with a challenge for someone to come up with a character called Clearwater Chad. And I was the first one to do it. Just kind of did it before I even thought about it or could talk myself out of it. And then he featured the video of me on his channel. So my channel started to grow pretty big, and then that's pretty much it. So I've been doing it ever since January 18th. It's a lot of fun. So now I'm moving into more of. Originally, when I started the channel, I was never out of character, but now I'm a little more comfortable with the fan base and you guys. So I could branch out and be myself when I'm not doing videos, and do more stuff and help the cause, help the aftermath, and then the touring the city stuff. Yep. Hey guys, great to see you, Joel. Hands, rock it out.
Hey Joel.
We got both Chads. Oh, Simon is on. Let's get him in. Welcome, Simon, #1 attorney in the world.
Chad and Terry.
Simon. How are you, Simon?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm not too bad. How about yourselves?
I'm good.
I'm a bit upset, actually. Well, I guess we all are about the news, obviously.
It's heartbreaking.
Did you see Aaron's latest video where he was talking about raising money?
I thought I'd seen this latest video. Maybe I haven't.
Yeah, about 2 hours ago or an hour ago.
I've just had a bath and I saw a tweet, so I probably missed it actually. But
yeah.
What they what's the plan now then?
Basically, if you go to the donate button on his blog, he gets 100% of the money.
Oh, fantastic!
If you don't want to buy a mug, or if you want to just donate money.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
brilliant.
Very good.
Oh well,
cause,
people,
right?
if you can, definitely if you can. I'm sure.
Yeah, his insurance doesn't cover the #1 treatment. I know you don't understand that living in England, but
no, it's a little bit different over here, but
yes,
that's horrendous.
Yes,
it is horrendous that you have to pick either. If you don't have the money, you just get to die.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
See, I thought that was one of the things. Like, I'm going to get muddled up here. Like on the human rights things, like the I thought life had to be treated the same, no matter how. Like, I'm probably talking rubbish here, but do you know what I mean? It's crazy that a country like America is. Don't get me wrong. I love America. Don't get me wrong, but that is a crazy thing.
but we are capitalist first and foremost.
Yeah. And I've got friends over here who actually argue for it. They say maybe they sort of say the NHS isn't a very good thing over here, but and it has its flaws. But I owe a lot to the NHS.
I would definitely be fine paying more taxes and getting free health care.
Mm.
If that's obvious, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
You're obviously you pay more. You know, yeah.
Well, the point I always bring up to people if you work is look at how much money they take out of your check for your insurance anyway. Like my husband pays $400 out of his check every month for health insurance. That sucks, to be honest. And you wouldn't be paying that. You'd probably only pay $200 to have national health insurance.
Oh,
So
I
would
mean,
be coming out ahead.
It doesn't. You don't pay a lot. It doesn't. You don't pay a lot out of our taxes towards that, because it's split. Over everyone, I guess. But yeah, like I say, it's not a perfect system. There are flaws with it, but
yeah,
I certainly owe a lot to it. I've been treated quite a few times through the NHS, and when I've got myself, and recently as well with my knee.
Oh, good.
So yeah, because I hear stories. I don't know if it's true. Like we hear stories over here that some people will refuse to even get an ambulance because you get charged for it and stuff. I don't know.
That is true.
That's quite crazy. That
And it is
basically
extremely
someone on the side of the road or whatever. Because
wow.
But yeah. So
Yeah, no, it's hard to kind of get happy when we're dealing with that, but
yeah, I know he's a strong guy and he's going to fight it with all his might, and all we can do is send our love and support out there for him.
Yeah.
And obviously, there are things that obviously they're doing this donation thing and that. I've got to get myself. I've been putting it off, but because they are, it's a lot of money for a single father like me, but I need to get myself a bobblehead. I need to get one. I've been meaning to get one, but it's like, not this month. I'll get one next month.
I know. I see they are expensive.
They are. But I've heard they're very good quality.
Yeah.
I sound like a salesman now, don't I? But yeah, no, I've heard they're really good quality. And obviously that money goes to the Aftermath foundation.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, definitely got to get myself a Brinda bobblehead.
Hey, Jan, Mike Rinder has advanced esophageal cancer.
Yeah, it's a nasty one. It's not. It's quite a nasty cancer to treat as well.
Wow, I don't know much about the different kinds.
I don't want to put down on this, but I actually lost my auntie to that during COVID. She got esophagus cancer. I don't know how far. I don't know where in relation to the stages they are to each other and all that sort of thing. But
wow,
it's
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I think I spoke to you before about that. We lost quite a few of my family members during COVID because more the results of lockdown and not being able to get to the doctors and stuff like that. And my auntie had a sore throat for quite a while, and she kept going to the doctors, and they just kept sort of giving her antibiotics or saying it's just a cough or something. And then, when it was too late, they sent her to the hospital, and basically told her, it's gone too far now. And I always think that if we hadn't been going through the lockdown and everything, maybe they'd have treated it sooner. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. Unfortunately. Yep. Yeah, that was just bad. Glad it's just about over.
Yeah, Jan, it is treatable, but the thing that would be the best for him, his insurance isn't covering, of course. So he's doing the second best treatment, but if he can raise enough money, or if he can get enough money, he's too proud to ask for money. Because once you start this other treatment that's really good, you can't stop it. So Aaron, if you'll go look at Aaron's video from a couple hours ago, he explains it.
Right. Oh God, let's just hope and pray that he does get the money together, or we can get the money together, or a miracle happens.
Yep. I agree.
But yeah, I'm absolutely devastated. But I don't know Mike. I've never met him before in my life. But you start to feel like you know these people, don't you, when you've watched them for hours and hours.
Yeah, I agree.
And
very true.
Yeah, it's very, very sad.
And he was very active helping with the cause.
He saved, however many people's lives he saved, probably, and it's hard to tell, isn't it? But what an impact he's made, he's had on, exposing Scientology and doing the right thing, and not being scared to say that he's done things that he wasn't proud of as well. That's what I always admired about Mike, that he wasn't one of them who was like, no, it wasn't me. It was
Yes,
Right.
he's just really, he's such a good person. And when you look at those videos before, you can see what Scientology has done to people, because those videos are awful, how he was treating people. And now he's just one of the most kindest people.
Yep.
Yeah, I genuinely believe like Scientology and cults, like they could literally get the kindest person in the world, and they're probably like the most vulnerable people. Not the most vulnerable people, but the kindest people are probably like, oh, it's hard to explain, but you can turn good people into terrible, make them do terrible things, you know.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So what are we doing today, guys? What are you doing, Terry? You look busy.
I am making the backside of a pride flag for one of the people in Maryland's Cults and Crafts Facebook page.
Oh, cool.
That's great.
What's the backside? When you say the backside, what is that? The reverse?
Well, the front side, where did I throw it? The front has this triangle-y thing in it.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
This sign. In the back, I didn't like doing that, so I'm just doing the backside, all the 7 or 8, 6 stripes. And then going to put some little eyeballs on it and a smiley face and get it in and stuff it and get it in the mail.
That's cool.
So you said Chad? You live in Manchester?
Oh, sorry.
You live in Manchester?
No, I don't live in Manchester. No, that's up sort of north from me. I live more in the east of England, more sort of southeast. Yeah.
Cool.
Because I'm wearing my Liverpool shirt. I'm wearing my Liverpool shirt.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Liverpool's a cool city. Yeah, I've got family in Liverpool.
My husband's favorite soccer team club is the Liverpool.
Oh, yeah, he's a Liverpool guy, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're sort of either like the two big teams like Liverpool and Manchester, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United.
I've learned about soccer through him and my son.
I like how you call it soccer as well. We just call it football.
Sorry, yeah.
We get told off in America if we call it.
Well, my husband fusses at me.
What I never got with this, and just obviously you do, I suppose, but like obviously what you call soccer, we call football.
Right.
And 90% of what you do is you use your foot and you kick the ball.
Yeah.
And then you've got American football where most of the time you're holding the thing.
I know, it makes no sense.
That's cool.
I like the Packers, by the way. Green Bay Packers, they were my team as a kid.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, we've got family in Wisconsin. So yeah, they're my team.
Nice.
I used to get a hat every year. A Green Bay Packers hat sent to me every year when I was a kid. Are you far from Wisconsin then, Chad? Yes, you are, I guess.
Yeah. The neighboring states would be Ohio, Pennsylvania,
right,
Canada.
I was going to say, Chad, you have got a Canadian. You sound kind of Canadian to an Englishman, anyway.
Oh, really?
Well, you've got. I don't know. You've got a. I don't know.
I mean, I'm definitely not Canadian, but that's cool. I never heard that though.
Well, like where you live, would you say
we
your
are
accent?
Close to? We are close to
your accent
Canada.
is kind of more Canadian. It's got a bit of, or not.
I mean, if I wanted to go to Canada, it'd be about 20 minutes, half hour. I could be there.
Right. Oh, really? Right.
So,
okay. Yeah, I wouldn't say you sound like 100% Canadian. It's just like there's like twang there or something. I don't know. Can't quite put my finger on it. You haven't said a boot yet, so.
That's funny.
Have you ever seen the program Letterkenny? No.
Oh, what's that?
A Canadian show that I started watching during lockdown. It's like comedy.
Well, it's funny you say about the Canadian channels because not nowadays we don't really watch TV, but growing up, you get 3 channels, but we used to always get the Canadian channel. A little
really?
Funny because we're like that close.
Yeah. One of my favourite shows when I was a kid was a Canadian show. I'm sorry, my phone. It was Are You Afraid of the Dark? it was called. It was a Nickelodeon show. I used to love it. I used to stay up every night to watch it. It used to be on about 7 o'clock at night. It was the last program on Nickelodeon at night time, and it was like this scary show called Are You Afraid of the Dark, where all these kids would get together in the forest every night, and they'd tell a story around a campfire. And they'd start telling the story, and then it'd actually go into like the, they'd sort of make a show of it.
Cool.
Half an hour is brilliant.
Nice.
Come on, people in the chat, if you know Are You Afraid of the Dark? There must be someone else who's watched that.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with the chat. I'm trying to answer questions, and that's a good problem. That means we got people that like the show, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Chad and Terry actually. Well, I was a little bit shocked earlier. It's not a big number, and it's going to sound a bit silly, but yeah, I'm just looking through my YouTube videos. Like went into like where you manage them, sort of thing. And I was just looking through. I get like about 40 hits. Is like the most I'll get in a video, maybe 50.
Yeah.
And I'd done a Tom Cruise one the other day. I'd done a Tom Cruise video. It's like a little short, and it is the only short that I've done. Well, it's the only one that's come up as a short anyway. And it's Tom Cruise basically with flatulence. It's very childish, and yeah, it's got like 280 views in like
Oh yeah,
4 days, and I'm like, wow, how's it got that many views?
well, a couple of reasons.
Because it says
Number one,
Tom Cruise.
and it's just short.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
okay.
The shorts can get really good views, especially if you keep them short and
But
interesting.
Chad, I made a video yesterday or the day before, which was like a really short video. It's only a couple of seconds long, and I posted it to YouTube, and it didn't come up as a short.
I've had that too. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, maybe try to repost it and see if it.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I had one last week do that, but it doesn't matter. It gets viewed either way.
Yeah. But I was really shocked. I was like, what? But what?
Just so you know, all the ones that I post on my community channel, you do get credit for all those clicks. You know.
No, I appreciate it. I think it's got something to do with me being on your channel as well. It's got to have something to do with that. It seems like a little bit.
Yeah, we're linked because anyone that sees the more stuff we do together, the algorithm be like, it'll link them together, and yeah, I mean that's what I think happens.
Yeah,
especially
that
if you
makes
put.
sense.
I don't do it so much because the channel's starting to get a little bigger, but I used to put not things that weren't true, but I would I used to say, I would say release this to AA Ron Rinder and get their names involved and get everything intertwined. And now that that's already happened, I don't have to do that anymore. It just links to them, and if enough people watch it that watch their stuff, it'll keep. At least in my opinion, it'll keep doing it.
I don't really want to be having to make Tom Cruise videos though to get views.
Well, you do what you want to do. You have fun.
No,
with
it
it,
was fun. It was fun, and I enjoyed making that video. It's very childish. It's Tom Cruise when he's doing that tour.
Simon, someone's asking what your channel name is.
Sorry, my channel name is Borderline What. It's Borderline What.
So to everyone, if you want something Borderline What, you might as well plug your channel.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys want to come over and subscribe, definitely. I'll tell you what, that I was really surprised with that Tom Cruise one. If anyone wants to watch it and share it, do share it. It's
a good video. I've seen it. My favorite is, of course, the Simon ones.
Well, did you hear about what I told you earlier? Simon's been doing some digging. Yeah, he's found out some information on Griff.
That's good.
Yeah,
no worries, no pressure. Just whenever you feel like it.
I was going to put it out today, but I didn't have a chance.
Doug, great to hear from you. It's Doug from Doug Scott Kramer from Dazed and Confused.
Doug.
Oh, Doug, you're a legend.
Yeah, he is a legend.
I love
agree.
Doug. And what have you been up to, Doug? You've been a bit quiet recently. I've been a bit not worried about you, but I've been like, what's Doug up to?
Yeah.
Been waiting for a new video. Well, you did do a video the other day actually with I forget his name, his friend.
Yeah. I seen he's back on the air too. I'm still trying to. He seems like he's busy, so I try not to hammer him with text and stuff. But
sure.
No,
I love Doug's channel.
Yeah, me too. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy, definitely.
Okay, I think I probably missed that one, Doug. Like we said before, there's so many channels. I'll watch the rerun though.
Yeah, he done a show with I do forget his friend's name. It's his friend who was like a staff member. But yeah, it's really, really, really good. Really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Doug, like I said, not lately because everyone's so busy, but we do on the post show, we do the Four Horsemen, and they want to do another episode. So as soon as Doug's up for it, we'll have to get together. No, yeah, same here. It is, but it's great that everyone's putting out the content. I do try to watch a series with I forgot the guy's name. He's got this guy that does music, and I think he's a fellow actor like Doug. All right, cool, Doug. Yeah, we'll have to hook up. Alex knows about it. He was in the chat with Poe, and they were all saying the Four Horsemen have to meet up again.
Oh yeah, that got a big. Everybody was all into that last night, wanting y'all back together.
Yeah, well, yeah, people were kind of asking for it. All right, cool. Like I said, I knew Doug was busy, so I didn't really try to. I tried not to, bother him too much. So that's cool.
So I'm just looking at the chat as well. I've just got the chat on my phone, just trying to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, we got a lot of people with us. 19 people is good for a channel.
Did anyone answer my question about Are You Afraid of the Dark? Doug, Doug, can you remember Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, definitely, Doug. Definitely, I'll, like I said, sorry to cut you off, Simon. We'll have to definitely chat soon. But go ahead, Simon.
Oh, no, you're right, Chad. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he doesn't remember it. Oh well. It was a Nickelodeon show, Doug, and it was I was just telling the guys about it. It was a show I used to watch as a kid. It was like a scary show. Yeah, it was the last show on Nickelodeon as a kid.
Oh, wow, okay.
It was so good.
It's interesting how we have different TV, different shows. And
I was very Americanized as a child, I think. Like, I liked a lot of American stuff as a kid. Like, I was probably one of the only kids on the street who had like Sky Television, or what we call Sky, like satellite television. So all the kids would come around my house to watch like all the American shows and that.
It's funny.
Are You Afraid? Oh no, so Are You Afraid of the Dark? Saved by the Bell. That was another one. Terry, you giggled then. Have you seen that?
I remember I was too old for it, but I just remember being on TV.
I used to watch Saved by the Bell.
Oh yeah, that was a good.
Not that I liked it, but there wasn't much really, on TV back then.
I just remember it being the only Saturday morning show that wasn't a cartoon.
Yeah, that's probably how it was. That's probably how it was with me as well. Like everything was cartoons, and that was like the one, that was like real life sort of thing. It was proper cheesy though. When you watch it back now, it's just like, wow.
I would watch it just for the hell of it, and
It is funny. I've got the box set. I bought it a couple of years ago.
Wow.
Had to get it. I've got a lot of stuff like that, like kid stuff that I used to watch as a kid. I went a couple of years. I think when my daughter was born, I went through a bit of like I just started buying trying to relive my childhood and stuff that I watched as a child as well. And now she likes some of it as well, which is really.
So sorry to cut you off. Silver Spoons for sure.
I remember Silver Spoons.
Yep. Yeah, definitely with Ricky and Edward. The toy company. That was funny. He had a train in the house. Yeah, that was definitely a good show. No, man, that Urkel was Family Matters. And then, Ricky Schroeder was on Silver Spoons, Yeah, I watched all the 80s shows.
The Love Boat. I remember that being on TV.
That was on when I was in high school.
Oh, it's cool. I don't know why. I don't think I ever seen that.
You're probably a little too young.
Doug's the Saved by the Bell fan.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
those
when I came to America a few years ago, I was watching the morning television. Had a shower and that, and put the morning television on whilst I was just like getting something to eat and that. And the guy who was presenting the morning television, I was like, God, I recognise him. Where do I recognise him from? And he was the guy from Saved by the Bell. Randomly, forget his name now.
Probably AC Slater. He does a lot of
That's
stuff.
Yeah,
the one. That's him. Yeah, I can't remember his real name, but that was the one. AC Slater.
It came to my mind a second ago. Mario Lopez.
That's it, Mario Lopez. Yeah, and it was him. He was presenting like the I think it's like the LA morning, whatever the LA morning show is, sort of thing, But it's crazy. Like you think so many actors and stuff like that. You think, oh, whatever happened to them? You see them in like one or two shows, and then you never really see them again. And then I'll be watching the show now, and I'll be like, oh,
those
that face
guys
is familiar.
Those guys, I guess, from Saved by the Bell claim, but it's probably true. They say they didn't make much money on like Saturday morning TV.
Really?
That's what they say. I can't imagine they would lie, but.
What do you mean they didn't make much money from the show?
They didn't pay him much money.
Really? It is surprising when you hear some of these child actors what they actually ended up getting and stuff.
Yeah.
Shockingly small, like.
And they were also children. Their parents probably took a lot of the money.
Yeah. Apostate Alex. So we got two legends. We got Apostate Alex and Doug Scott Kramer.
Cool. We just need Poe. We've got the Four Horsemen with you then.
Yeah. I want to do a show. I've been doing shows like we did with you, Simon. Me and you. We did the show. I'd like to do one with. We all get together. I'd like to do one with Doug and Alex too. Yeah, Married with Children was a really good show too. I like that show.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one of my favourites. Married with Children. Home Improvements, I used to love.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't really watch any TV now. I just watch YouTube videos of them not making it.
I have not watched normal television for a long time. If I do it streaming, I'll stream something on Amazon occasionally, but I haven't watched anything on Amazon for months. It's just YouTube.
Yep.
There's so much, isn't there? There's so much to watch,
Yeah. Definitely. I like the old shows. I like to rewatch them just because it was what I was watching when I was a kid.
Yeah. Definitely. There's something about that era as well, I know it's slightly different, but TV does get, when I watch some TV nowadays, it's just crap. Sorry.
Yeah.
You could say that, yeah.
And, like I said, some of it was, when you look back on it, it might have been cheesy, but it was just good tape. It's just good entertainment.
Yeah, I agree, Doug. Yeah. This brings you back. Especially, I don't know about you guys, but I like to listen to 1980s music because when I was a kid, you remember what you were doing with your dad and working on the car and stuff.
Yep.
I remember. Can you remember there was a song Love Shack?
That's my favorite song in the whole world. That's my happy song.
Oh, bless you. Well, do you know what? That's kind of my happy song as well because whenever I hear that, I always remember. It's really weird how you have these little memories, isn't it? But whenever I hear that song, it's like I'm straight back there. I'm in the car. I'm in the passenger seat next to my mum in the car, and we're driving along the coast. And it was a really sunny day, and I was just looking at the sea. I just remember that playing.
Yeah, it's a good show.
I can almost smell the sea air and everything when I hear it. Yeah.
I just have to unlock the front door. My Chaz's mother's coming to pick him up. I'll be right back.
Cool. So what time is it where you are, Terry? What's the time now?
4:20.
Oh, is it? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. You've still got quite a few hours to go.
Yeah, I always have to, before I get on, I have to get stuff kind of cut and chopped and everything for dinner.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then when my husband comes home, I just go in there and whip it all together.
That's cool.
It's always a bit of it's kind of a late one for me, I suppose. When we start this, it's sort of about 10 o'clock for me. When we
Is
start.
it 10:20 over there?
It's 10:20, yeah, exactly right now, yeah.
That's pretty late. Not as late as some of these can get.
No. I like my early nights, so I need my beauty sleep.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty big on naps too when I could.
I've been sleeping a lot recently as well, obviously because of my leg now. I've just had so much more time on my hands. It's just been like been having naps during the day and stuff.
Yeah, that's good. How's your recovery coming, Simon?
I actually went to the physio today. Had my first physiotherapy appointment. I was quite chuffed actually. She was quite happy with the movement I've got in it and stuff. So she was like, obviously it's not great, but she was quite happy with how I've been doing my exercises and stuff. So.
Oh, they're asking for what? Let me do a weather report real quick. All right, 75 and sunny in Clearwater, Florida. Dew points at 5, winds at 7. Back to you, Simon.
I'm quite happy with how it's going so far. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but yeah, it's.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, just take it easy.
Yeah, that's all I can do. I've just got rested. I'm putting weight. I've got a weight bear it. I can weight bear on it, so that's good.
Oh, good.
But it's just like I can't really bend it very well. It's really.
Because you want to, as you know, you want to try to just a little bit at a time. Just keep,
Yeah. I think it's probably going to need an operation now at some point when I look at it. But
hopefully not. Yeah.
We'll see. It had to be my bad knee as well.
Wow. Well, everyone's doing temperatures. It's pretty hot in Oklahoma and Tampa. 85 in Tampa, 91 in Oklahoma.
What's that in Celsius?
That's not a question for me.
Why do you guys use Fahrenheit?
That's a good question.
You can just say, why do we use Celsius?
Well, I mean, everyone should be on the same thing. It's kind of ridiculous.
When I lived in Florida in the 70s, we learned the metric system because they said by the 80s the whole country will be on it.
Oh, really?
So I'm good with my centimeters to inches, but I'm not good with my temperature.
They told us the same thing in school, that they're gonna switch over, and it never happened. 73 in Clearwater, Brazil. Julie says it's cool. Willie says it's 420 out. Willie Weed. That's a good update.
Did I see Marilyn was in the room?
Yep, and Juliana Betancourt. That's cool. Two hours ahead. That's cool.
Oh, sorry.
That's a good plan, B-Man.
I'm just going to go and refill my drink, guys, okay? I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Sounds good. I'd like to learn the time conversions a little better. I looked at them once. They look complicated. Yeah, Simon's doing some nice parody videos of some of the characters I've been doing. I can't even keep track of what. We have so many characters, it's hard to even remember which ones are which, because I have, besides Clearwater Chad, of course, I have Griff Calzone, which is instead of Grant. So Griff Calzone is fighting with Clearwater Chad, and Simon's my attorney. It's pretty funny. And we still have Poet coming on in a little while, I think. Yeah, Rocket Out was Kim D. Yeah, metric sockets. I have those too. Everything's metric now.
Yeah, I've got metric sockets too.
Or, I mean, not everything, but most things are. Probably because everything's not made. Everything's made out of the country.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad you redacted yourself, Pat Broker. We'd hate to know where you are.
Yeah. I don't think Poe's coming in the stream days, but he's welcome to. Anyone that wants to, I can send the link out. We got the post show too.
So who's on after this? Is Claire and Mark going to be on tonight? I haven't paid attention.
I could look. It wasn't the same people. I think you're right. It was. Have to check. Yeah, I didn't see. Not sure, but someone's going on at 7 o'clock my time, right at an hour and a half. Yeah, yes. Doug saying your room is cool. I agree. Simon.
Pardon?
Doug Scott Kramer said your room is cool.
Cheers, Doug. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Nice one.
It is.
Yeah, this is my little happy place, Terry.
That's cool. You got a nice microphone.
It didn't cost a lot.
Oh, okay.
Only a cheapy one. Yeah.
I've been too lazy, not lazy, but I just haven't had a chance to get out and get one. So I have to remember to speak up a little bit.
I can always hear you very well, though.
Oh, okay.
So what do you actually, I was going to ask you, so what do you film on now, Chad?
Oh, what camera?
Yeah.
It's one that Poe recommended. It's a eMeet HD 1080p, just a regular cheap one, but it works good.
I was going to say, it's a really nice image.
I think he was recommended. I think Alex recommended it to Poe, and then Poe recommended it to me.
All right, I'll have to get the information off you about that if you send me.
Yeah, I'll look up my Amazon orders. It was cheap. It was way under $50, like $35.
Really?
It plugs right into the laptop with the USB.
That's crazy.
It was acting up the 10-hour marathon, I think, because it was 10 hours. You know, the last hour I had to unplug it and replug it in a few times. Other than that, though, it works fine. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know about this StreamYard thing, Chad, because I'm sure I looked into when I looked into it the other day, I don't know if you can download it for the iPad. The iPad's what I use for.
That I wouldn't know. Do you have a desktop or a laptop?
I do. It's not very good though.
It doesn't have to be great.
Yeah, but it hasn't got a very good camera, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you'll have to buy the. Like I said, it was less than $50 because just on Amazon. Let me write that down to get that to you later.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool.
Should be no
I'd
problem.
love to get. I really want a MacBook, but there's so much money.
Oh yeah, that's out of my price range and stuff.
Yeah, I can't afford that. This was a big expense for me, treating myself to an iPad. To be honest with you,
I just use a cheap cracked regular Android phone when it's so cheap it doesn't even go in landscape mode when I do lives. So I always apologize to people because people do ask. I'm not going to buy another phone just because people want landscape mode.
my phone is ancient. It's got a big crack on the screen. It's rubbish.
Oh, okay. Hey, it works though.
It does the job. I've never been one of them to have like the newest phone or.
Right.
I'm not really big into technology, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I get a new one when mine dies.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I've got a habit of dropping mine in the toilet. I've done it twice now. Literally,
That'll kill it.
yeah, it's not good. Quite embarrassing as well.
It happens.
I've nicked this cool little thing off my daughter for tonight. This is it's like a drawing thing. You hang on. Can't really see it. It lights up so you can trace. You know.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like. Yeah, it lights up like that. You know, so you can trace. Pretty cool.
That's cool.
She won't mind.
Nice.
Well, you know, Chad, it's Pride Month. You need to make you a Pride palm tree.
Oh, okay. I could.
You could paint Pride. You sort of done a multicolored palm tree, haven't you?
Yeah, they're pretty much. Well, I don't know if you can see them. They're pretty much multicolored. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just haven't finished. I've just been tired. Like I said, I don't know about you guys, but I try to hurry up with
Hey,
all my
Shanna.
tasks. Hurry up with all my stuff so I can be with you guys. You know.
Yeah, I sort of the day started to run away with me a little bit, so I had an unexpected guest come round, so that sort of took me by surprise. And then we got chatting, and I was like, by the time he left, I was like, I've got about an hour, so I jumped in the bar, quickly made something to eat because you posted that video about pizzas, so then I got really hungry.
Okay. That's cool.
So that stadium you're at today, Chad.
Yep.
How far is that away from you?
About 20 minutes. The
Is
city's about 20 minutes from me up. And it's fun getting out, you know. Like I said, you know, I lived here my whole life and I never. Well, I mean, I've been to that stadium, but some of these places I've never been to some of these landmarks. So it's nice to go out and look at what the, you know, what they said. Like I was at the Lincoln, excuse me, I was at the Lincoln Memorial the other day, looking at it where they shot President Lincoln years ago. And it's nice to look at the old buildings and stuff like that. So it works out good. But getting back to the stadium, yeah, they play minor league baseball there. Nice little stadium.
How many people does that hold? Do you know?
That one I should have looked it up, and I don't know. It doesn't look as big as the football stadium, but it's pretty big.
Everything's bigger in America. Like all your stadiums and everything are like, you know, much bigger than ours.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Everything just seems bigger in America, like bigger and kind of more impressive. Like obviously our history is quite cool. We've got some like, you know, quite old history in that we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, America, like even like the food and that, everything's just bigger and better. And I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was shocked by how good American food was actually, because we kind of have, you kind of get that stereotype of like American food. Even English food's now becoming very like what we say like, you know, it's like really bad for you and like full of sugar and stuff. But American food, when I was really shocked by the quality. It was really good. Like your meat and stuff as well, like your steakhouses and places like that.
Oh,
Really good
okay.
meat.
Wow. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd like to get back to America one day. I'd like to take my daughter.
Yeah, for sure.
She really wants to go. She's like, she loves America, like all kids do, like YouTube and everything. But yeah, so that's not going to happen for a little while, darling. It's not going.
What part would y'all go to?
I probably want to take her to if I was going to do America with my daughter, I probably want to do like Disney World and stuff. So it'd either be like Florida or there is a Disney World in LA, isn't there?
Yeah, that's Disneyland.
Oh, Disneyland. Okay.
It's the
right.
same thing. They just have different names.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'd have to do one of them. And I to be honest with you, because I've done LA, I mean, LA's cool, but it's a bit crazy, isn't it? It's like a bit intense.
What's that, Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Doug would know. Doug lives in Los Angeles.
It's a cool city. Like, I loved it, but it's like, I don't think I could live there. It's very superficial. Everyone's like beautiful. Everyone's, you know, everyone's really well built, and I don't know. It seemed like it was quite a crazy place. I don't know what it would be like to live there. It seems
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know firsthand either, but
it's obviously going to be different. But like obviously, some parts of LA were like proper run down and horrible, and then other parts of LA were proper lovely. You know.
yeah,
You get that with any city, I know, obviously.
I agree.
But yeah, I'd like to do Florida. I would like to do Florida, and especially now, I'd have to do Clearwater. I'd have to pay a little visit to Clearwater.
So
That area is really nice. The Gulf Coast is really nice.
People in the chat are asking about. Well, first they're saying, we hope Mike pulls through, which of course we do.
Definitely.
And then they're saying about they like the mini Chad, which I love him too. I try to keep him on display for every video.
And he looks just like you. That's what I can't get over. How she can just
I know.
Do that.
I can't believe it either, Did
you know she was doing that?
Only like a day or two before. I knew she was doing something for me, but I didn't know what. And then
you've made it when you've got a doll made of yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the channel, I'm starting to, it's going really well, and especially if we're doing things now to help the aftermath. I mean, that's what we should be concentrating on. I'm going to do that once a month with a 10-hour telethon. If people could, these people in the Sea Org could go without no sleep for 20, 30 years, I can go one night without sleep for a month, once a month.
Yeah, when you said that the other night, I thought that's a really good point, actually.
It's for a good cause if, then they could help more people.
No, it's a great idea. It really is. And I will join you next time, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, what's his name? Marilyn and Julie are helping me coordinate the next one, so we'll get with them, later this month. It'll be the 26th of the month.
Make sure you get plenty of sleep the day before.
Yeah, I'm going to try because I didn't plan that, so I did not do that. I was up since 5 a.m. the morning before, just like anyone would be. And it's okay. Like I said, it was a great cause,
Raised a lot of money, too.
Yeah, especially being unplanned to raise that much. Yeah. Oh, Julie's popping in. Welcome.
Hey.
Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Hi, guys. I'm waking up.
Nice.
It is 6:38 p.m.
Oh, nice.
I am waking up.
That's cool.
No,
you got a little resty or whatever.
Not really. I just took a little nap.
That's cool. I love naps. Just so you know, Julie, the legendary Doug Scott Kramer is in the chat.
Hey, Doug.
Wow. And I think Alex was earlier. I think he's gone now.
Oh. Hi, everybody.
How's your week been, Juliana?
I'm sorry?
I said, how's your week been?
Good. I don't know. It started today, so.
Well, yeah, okay. How have you been
since last week?
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah. It's okay. It's all good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Yeah. I was kind of lurking. I told Chad I wasn't going to be joining. Maybe I'll join late a little bit. And then I saw Terry's doing the flag that I saw, hey, Anhata, that I saw, the request on the post there. That's very cool. I'm going to be quiet here. You guys talk. I'm just going to be working on some things here on the background.
Oh, no problem.
I'll talk,
I'm
eventually.
Some of those.
Can't really control myself.
I'm working on some stuff too for some projects for SPTV too. So
working on some stuff that I don't know if we're gonna have the main event tonight, but we have the after party. Oops, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
next time when we do the all-nighter, maybe we can raise money for Mike.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Literally.
Yeah, me too. Right now, I'm texting someone. Before I say it publicly, I want to make sure.
Yeah, Marilyn and Chad and I were just talking about that.
I'm down for it. You know,
Definitely.
that's a great thing.
Okay, I have something here for you. Are you ready? Are you ready, Chad?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And that's the character, Chad, not me. He has to be, bigger than life, and I love it. Thank you. Thanks, Julie. You guys are great. Wow.
I'm gonna work on the others later. I'm gonna take a look at the chat. Let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning.
How's little Chaz today?
Oh, good. He's tired from school.
Yeah.
So he's in the only room resting. He had his dinner and stuff ready.
When does he get out of school?
My time 2:42.
No, I mean for the year. Sorry.
I forgot the exact date. I think June 22nd.
Okay. They got out last week here.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
I like it because traffic's better.
Oh yeah. I hate being behind buses.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm not saying hi individually. I'm half asleep.
Okay, Barbara donated, so she says it's time for everybody else to donate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to see what I can donate.
Yeah, it's a great cause.
Yeah, Mike's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's got so much love and support. That must be a great relief, comfort to him. At least,
Yes.
He knows he's got so much people that love him out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was doing, and I'm sure he will when he gets better. He was doing some great work,
Dawn just gave me some coffee. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Okay, all right. So I can do that. I can pull up chats and I can start chats and I can.
Oh, good. That's a huge help.
And that's all I'm doing tonight. I'm not drawing. I'm not crocheting. 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 Do you know that, Terry? That's how it's pronounced.
I see that
how's
video.
it pronounced?
Crocheting. Have you seen that video? No. It's a funny video of a mother and a girl, and the girl's like, "Oh, because I want to learn that thing. What do you want to learn? Crochet."
Yeah,
I was like, "What is it called? Crochet."
She kept making her say it.
Crocheting.
Yeah, I'm not doing too much either. I'm tired.
Isn't there like a sport called crochet, or am I?
Is it what?
Is there a sport called crochet? Or am I just
Croquet.
Oh my
That's
God.
croquet.
What am I like? Oh dear.
Yeah, you
That's
said
embarrassing, isn't it?
Oh. That's cool.
Welcome back, Joel. I just got here. Back from PT. PT as in Portugal?
Physical therapy.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Okay.
Shauna.
And this is one that I don't know, people who crochet know that crocheters are called hookers.
Hookers,
Because
yeah.
we use a
Happy
hook. Right.
hookers.
Oh, I didn't know
Because
that.
we use a hook that's not called, that's like the knitting needles and crochet hooks. So we're hookers.
It's a little hook.
Oh.
You
I don't
obviously
have my hook
you obviously call that's the same thing in America as it is in England, then, because a hooker in England is something quite different.
Oh, yes.
That's the point. It's funny.
That's the point. Happy hookers can mean two different things.
Wow.
Somebody who likes their crochet and
Is that actually a thing? Do you actually call yourself hookers?
it's sort of a joke.
Oh, right. I was going to say.
Informally, yeah. In communities and stuff. Yeah. But not, yeah, like.
And when women get together to knit and crochet, it's usually called stitch and bitch. That's another one.
Yeah, this is an important message here, guys. Don't feel bad not donating. People will make up for those who can't. I think that's the point. Because
Absolutely.
I'm somebody who's not in the position to help financially at the moment. For a bunch of reasons, one of them being that the conversion is just insane for me right now where I live. And I think that,
I'll
you know,
make up
I
for it,
donate my
Joanne.
time, I do what I
Yeah.
can, you know, but
Yeah,
I
you're
know,
a huge part. Yeah.
but I know, like, you know, the point is like everybody, however little bit we can help, you know, watch Aaron's video if you haven't.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
he did a
And,
fantastic
just
job.
spreading the word is just as much as important as giving. Because by talking about it, you can get other people will donate, maybe hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
nobody
agree.
should ever feel bad for not being able to
No.
I
be
agree.
in a position
I
to
agree.
do that. I mean, I certainly can't help out financially to any degree that's going to really make any difference. So,
But every little bit helps. It's a huge community.
Yeah.
It's getting huge. So
Absolutely.
it's you know,
Yeah,
I'm sure
of course.
that anybody who can help with a little bit, that little bit's gonna add up to something
Yeah.
that maybe is not gonna solve the whole problem, but it's gonna, help.
Yep.
Well, obviously, yeah, exactly.
I
You know.
agree 1,000%.
Aaron's video really spoke to me earlier because
Mhm.
my dad had cancer, but we caught too late. Like there was really nothing we could do about it. But the oncologist had a better treatment for his case because, he wasn't really going to get better, but he would have a better quality of life, and it wouldn't be as harmful as chemo, because chemo wouldn't really be beneficial to him. We have universal healthcare in Brazil, but because we went through the insurance, his health insurance with the doctor, they didn't accept her request for that, so we had to enter with the process, like with a legal process to get it, and then it took like 6 months, and then they denied it because they had chemo available. So they're like, oh, we need a justification why chemo is not available for him, or chemo is not, So it's very similar to what Aaron said in the video today. They're going to try and do all the other things because his medicine was going to be really expensive. What ended up happening in my case was that my dad got worse, and then this same doctor ended up referring him to the public system. There's an excellent hospital, an excellent cancer hospital here in my city. So we got lucky to get, referred to that. And then that's fully public. And then the same day he got in, he got the medicine. So he got on that like the same day, but it took over 6 months of not doing anything, and getting worse.
Yes.
So I'm sure that having the money is definitely going to help them.
Yeah.
And one thing that's changed now, everything's gotten to where they can go down to like your genes and everything and find out exactly what's wrong. And they've made huge
about his blood, didn't they? They said they found an abnormality in his blood or something that caused
mutation.
Yeah,
that means a mutation that from what I understand, that mutation that means that he's going to probably respond well to this specific treatment, which is.
But I mean, that's just crazy that they even know that they can even.
Yeah, I know they can do that for like psychiatric medication. I know of a journalist, a Brazilian journalist who lives in New York, but reports here. And then he said he's been getting treated for depression for 20 years and never actually felt a lot better. And then just recently he got some kind of genetic test. And then he learned that his body, I don't know exactly what it is, but his body lacks something, or there's something that with those, the medication that he had been taking his entire life, they didn't work. And then they found a better medication for him, and he got a lot better. It's incredible.
Mental SRIs and like antidepressants, they obviously have their place and they work for some people. I was on them for over 25 years and they never ever made me feel any better. That's me personally.
But that was his case. But then they found a different line of treatment.
Yeah.
I have ADHD and I'm not on medication right now because they helped me a little bit, but not 100%. So I got to a point with everything that's happened in my life in the past few years that I was actually getting crazy anxiety for no apparent reason and panic attacks and whatnot. And then my doctor was just like adjusting the antidepressant, which is treating because I have general anxiety. And then I just one day stopped taking my Concerta, and I got 90% better.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was insane. And then my doctor realized that it was actually my anxiety. I have anxiety, but that level of anxiety was like a side effect of the medicine for this moment in my life. So what, you know.
Wow.
Shout out to Simon. I'm really proud of you taking ownership of your borderline and figuring it out. It's a very
Thank you.
destabilizing thing and not easy.
Thank you. That's really, really kind. Yeah, I've struggled with it for a long, long time, and it's something I've been ashamed of for most of my life, I guess. But I've now come to realise that is part of me. That is who I am. Can't fight it. And since I've stopped, for me personally, again, I'm not recommending this to anyone. Obviously, you've got to speak to your doctor and everything. But since I stopped taking my medication, things are not perfect. Don't get me wrong, but I feel a lot better in myself. I feel more human. I feel like I'm feeling again. Yeah, it's borderline personality disorder. It's got a lot of stigma around it. I was told for a long, long time I couldn't even have it because it was like, no, only women get it. That was honestly what I was told by doctors. Men don't get borderline personality disorder. The thing. So I was misdiagnosed for many years. But getting the diagnosis was a big thing for me. At first, it was kind of like a negative thing. I thought it was a really negative thing. But like I say, over the years, I've come to sort of embrace it, and it's just who I am. Can't fight it. I know I'm a good person at heart. I know I've got a good heart. We all make mistakes. We all do things we regret, and I have done things I regret. But I know I'm a good person, and I'm proud of where I am now.
Well, you should be.
Yeah,
You're taking care of yourself. That's a big thing.
That's the main thing, Terry. Definitely, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. That's really kind.
Yeah, it is.
Feeling quite emotional after that.
Well, if you ever need us, we're all here for you.
Yep.
Because you're going to have bad days, and we're here.
I do have bad days. We all have it. I know we all do. We all have bad days. But I'm not going to let that win.
Sorry.
I'm not going to let it win.
Yep. Thanks for stopping by, Doug. Great to see you. Doug said he's got a little...
Oh, bye, Doug.
Yeah.
Bye, Doug. Good night.
I need to step away and get some stuff. I'll be right back.
No problem. That was great. He came in for so long.
Yeah,
Appreciate so cool. That, Doug.
I'm starting some comments, but since we're on topic, I wanted to pull this one up.
Okay.
No, there is.
So it says I've been told there is. This is from Barbara. She says I've been told there isn't really a medication for borderline.
No, there isn't. Not that I'm aware of. I've been put on medications for it to help with the symptoms and stuff like that, which might have helped in the early days, but I say certainly won't help towards the end. But no, there isn't a medication for treating borderline personality disorder. There's certainly medication for treating some of the symptoms, but yeah, it's something you just have to learn to live with. Like a lot of things, like a lot of disorders and anxiety disorders, I've got that as well. I've got a lot of anxiety as well. But anything like that, you have to learn how to live with it and know what your triggers are and all them sort of things, and just keep yourself safe.
Well,
and it took me a long, long time to learn my triggers. To learn what was triggering me and when to walk away from a situation. I'm really good at that now. If I feel myself, I'm like walk away from it.
I like that, Julie.
Another one from I'm gonna work on it later. I'll figure something out. That's the beginning of something. And Hada also says BPD is the way your brain works, no cure. So that's actually something interesting to talk about neurodiversity in general, right? I think that's the point, learning that we're different. And then sometimes you need medication or sometimes medication can help manage some things.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it had its time and its place for me. I think I probably needed it in the early days. But for me, like you say, there's no cure. And if I wanted to cure my borderline personality disorder, surely that's like saying I want to cure my personality or cure me. Like that, that'd be taking away a part of me. And like I've been saying, that is a part of me, whether I like it or not. And why would yeah? I don't want to change. I don't wish I didn't have it in a way. That is me now.
Yeah, it can be really difficult to live with this feeling that wishing you were different, wishing you
Yeah,
weren't
exactly.
yourself.
I
So it's
felt like that most of
acceptance
my
is
life.
key. I feel the same way about my ADHD, but also at the same time, it's a struggle sometimes. Try not to blame everything on it, and trying to deal with it. And have you ever seen the TV show Crazy Ex-Girlfriend? Highly recommend. It's comedy. It's a specific type of comedy, but it's about a girl who, spoiler alert, because she only finds that out on season 3, but still worth watching. She has BPD,
Oh, okay.
but it's
Oh, well, then I'll have to watch it. I couldn't get into it after the first season, but knowing that, now things make a little sense.
For me, it's just when I watched the first season, I was like, okay, so I watched this show and I think I'm crazy. I watched this show and I realized I'm not that crazy. But then I have a friend with BPD that she said even before she got the diagnosis, like the character got the diagnosis, she felt like when she was watching that show, she saw herself in every single crazy thing she did. She's like, oh, I did that. I've done that. Oh, yeah, And I think, in my opinion, is like, I don't know. It's not like I don't like saying the best or the most, but it has a very respectful it's a comedy. It makes fun of things, but it treats mental health honestly and with a lot of respect.
Definitely going to get that. Yeah, I'll definitely have to give that a watch.
It's a musical though, so you sort of have to like musicals.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get through some chats here. Barbara says, I'll donate again for you guys. For, I think, those of us who can't help financially. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Osa. I don't know if Osa watches us, but if you do, hey, Osa.
Aaron says that Osa does. Aaron says Osa watches every single SPT channel.
SPTV.
I reckon they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's the message that we all want to tell you. We all want to give it to you, Osa. If you need help figuring out the next step in your path to freedom, there is help. Contact the Aftermath Foundation. When you're good and ready, wake up, open your eyes, reach out.
True.
Look around you and look at what you can see. Yeah. Don't believe what other people say. Look at what you can see yourself, and I'm sure you'll.
Thank you, Marion.
That's true.
I mean, yeah, we're not all big bad people out here. We do all love and support you.
Yep.
Kim DeHigh says, I'm the self-declared world's cheerleader, and I'll support by cheering everyone on. Woohoo!
Yay, Kim.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, I sub to Rocking Out with Kim.
Dawn says, hiya, borderline.
Hiya.
Jeff D says, oops, sorry, I clicked on, okay, I'll go back. I have generalized anxiety disorder too. Okay. And
that's not nice. It's horrible.
I got curious about this one. I should design merch for my biker gang.
Interesting.
I'd like to see that. Borderline's no joke. Most, like almost all, don't understand borderline. Yep.
Yeah, it's really hard to understand, and it's even hard for like me to understand, to get my head around it all. I've got a lot of books on it and stuff as well, which has helped. But it's hard for the people around you as well. I think it's hard for your family members, for them, because they're the ones that have to live with you. And it's not always obvious to them what's going on and stuff. And yeah, my family have been an amazing support to me.
That's good.
Yeah, it is no joke. I can't remember the statistics now, but I think it's like 70% of people with borderline personality disorder successfully, what's the word? End their lives, basically.
Wow.
70%. It's a very high percentage of people with that, actually. And I've been there, been there quite a few times.
Well, you're in a community that won't judge you or make you feel ashamed. I hope you know that.
I do. Well, I certainly feel that. Yeah.
That's true.
And you know, it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I am now, where I'm just very honest about everything, you know. And it's helped me. It's been quite cathartic for me. I think that's a really important part of whatever's going on in your life, to sort of own it and, you know, face up to it. I felt like I was hiding from it and running away from it, and my medication was masking it all. And I felt like
Good night, Beachcomber.
Night, Beachcomber.
Bye, Beachcomber.
Or hi and
Bye.
bye when you watch this on replay.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple things here. We had a request for Electric Boogaloo, who got here late, wants to know what Terry's working on. And also if Simon has a crafting hobby.
Well, I am working on Peggy in Maryland's crafting group on Facebook. Wanted me to make her a pride flag. And so that was the front, and now I just finished the back. So.
All right. Let me go back
That's
up
great.
here.
That's great.
Want to read that out for me? Because I'm
I wonder if anyone has a line to the drug company. Mike is beloved by a lot of folks, and people watch, read his stuff. If they footed the bill for Mike and it worked, it would be great advertising. Not so much. Oh, if they have a line to the drug company. We don't know what the drug is, to be honest. So.
I don't have
I
any
just
contacts.
thought about maybe putting this up there. Maybe if not
Yeah,
among
that's a
us,
great
maybe somebody
idea.
in
You never
chat or
know.
somebody on replay.
If we don't talk about
That
it,
could be a
then
suggestion, right?
and there's no bad ideas.
That could be a suggestion.
I mean, we could
All
write
right.
letters to the drug.
Yeah, you never know how people are connected to anything with this
Right.
community. It's crazy.
And I have heard that. I forgot who said this, but some drug companies will give you some stuff for a bit.
They will.
All right. Kim, do hi. You want to read, Terry? I don't want to distract you from your craft, but it's just because I'm looking at
Okay,
the
I'm at a
chat.
stopping point. So Kim DeHaya says, I was misdiagnosed with bipolar in 1995. No one picked up that my reality disorder was being in the Mormon faith. Yep.
Wow, that's cool.
It does
Okay.
mess with your mind when you're being taught something that goes against who you are or what you really believe in your heart. And then they make you think you're crazy because you don't believe what they believe. You know, we see this every day in these YouTubes. So
This is a longer one.
my genome test, this is Kim DeHay again.
Still,
My genome test showed that bipolar meds don't work with my body. I'm okay with no diagnosis, but they feel I have ADHD and those meds could help. Medical THC works so far. Great. Yay, Kim.
That's good.
And Joel McCoy says, Chad, one thing about your streams is that everybody seems to be open and accepting of all. With humor, this is a reflection on you. And that is
Thanks a
very
lot,
true.
Joel.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Definitely.
And Irma Webb, and I forget,
Dawn.
Don, yep.
Simon, love the purple.
I
Yeah,
love
so
it
do I.
too. Purple's my favorite color.
My favorite color. My favorite.
My favorite
color.
Yeah,
color,
actually,
too.
it's mine too.
Oh, that's not
Purple
real.
people
No,
are
you're all
creative
lying.
people.
You're all lying. Come on.
No, not. That's Chaz.
That's awesome. I love purple.
Anhada says, undiagnosed ADHD and dyslexia until 48 years old. I literally thought I was insane because my brain goes sideways and I had no reason why.
Oh, bless you.
I can say I get migraines, and one of my precursors is I will get dyslexia, but I didn't really know that's what it was, which is weird because I should have known. But I would just read things backwards. And so now I know that when that happens and that when I can't see straight lines, that I have a migraine coming on.
Oh, that's interesting.
wow.
Yeah, dyslexia will make you think you're crazy.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, that I wouldn't know.
Daniel
sorry.
Snyder, laughter is good medicine. Well, you're in the right place, Daniel Snyder.
Yeah.
And from Dawn again, I'm dyslexic too. Yay.
There you
Not
go.
yay, but it's nice to know that there's other
But-
people.
Yeah.
And
I get the
SPHC helps, except not with the executive dysfunction.
So if anybody who's not aware what executive dysfunction is one of the main symptoms. I don't know, one of the main areas that ADHD affects.
Mhm.
Oh.
It affects autism also. It's very common. So basically, executive functions are everything we need to do. It's the functions, the most advanced functions of our brain that make us regulate our emotion, that makes us have working memory, which means like you keep in mind what it is that you're doing.
Oh,
You
the
know?
executive part of the brain.
Yeah, the executive
Okay,
functions
got it.
of the brain. So basically, what ADHD does is it delays the development of the executive functions of the brain, and a lot of times it just lags behind forever. So yeah, so it's like things that usually we learn how to make lists and do this and do that, things that can be helpful for anybody. For people with ADHD, they're sometimes like super necessary, you know. So yeah, executive, I don't think there's anything that really helps with executive function that I know of.
And B-Man says prefrontal lobe. So that's
Yeah,
I've never even
that's
heard
what
of
it
that
is.
executive defunct. So thanks for explaining that. Never heard of it.
Executive function, yeah. If anybody's interested, I'm going to take this up just for a second. If anybody's interested, there is a psychologist called Russell Barkley in the United States, who is one of the top scholars of ADHD, and he developed an amazing model of ADHD as executive dysfunction, because a lot of people believe that executive dysfunction is part of ADHD, and he claims that it's the like basic of ADHD is basically most of the time executive dysfunction, you know.
That's helped me understand something. I'm glad you said that. Thank you.
That's going to help with other things too, not only ADHD.
Well, my son's girlfriend has ADHD, and I can't grasp the fact that she just graduated from law school, and she was supposed to sign up to take the bar exam, and she just couldn't do it. And he kept reminding her and reminding her and reminding her, and then she missed it. And now it's all this chaos. And I thought, how can you go to school for 3 years and not sign up for the test? So that makes sense. I get it now. Thank you. Because if she's going to be my daughter-in-law, I need to know these things.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend Dr. Russell Barkley then.
I've just
Okay.
written that
Look
down.
him up
Actually,
there. There's tons of videos of him on YouTube. Some are old, you know,
Okay.
but there are some more recent. But even the old ones are very interesting to explain the whole executive dysfunction thing, you know.
I'll make my son watch them too, because he's getting very frustrated with it.
Has books too about ADHD.
Okay, great. Rock it out with Kim DeHai. Minnesota approved recreational marijuana last week, effective August 1, 2023.
Wow,
Cool.
Yay.
that's cool.
That's good.
Barbara Mangiano. My medication helps me tremendously. I've tapered down on one and stopped one. If you need it, you need it. It's not for everyone, but if it works, then, and that's true. Find the medicine that works for you, no matter what you need the medicines for.
Yep.
Okay, I'm jumping a little bit back and forth here because I keep coming back to the live chat to start some comments, and then I see some things that are related to what we were talking about.
Exactly.
So Dawn asks for an example. I think it's about the executive function, right?
Yeah, and I think you hit that. You did that pretty well. Is that right, Dawn?
Okay, there's one here from Jay Dice.
Jay Dice, hey guys, I just jumped on to say hi. I'm jumping in the car to get to Long Island to help an old friend whose daughter was in an accident. She's okay, but they need help. You're a good friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dawn responded. She said it's yes about executive function, and then Anhata actually gave an example here.
Example, you need to make sandwich. ADHD. Get some bread. I can't find the cheese. End up cleaning the counter instead. Non-ADHD. Get some bread. Can't find the cheese. Make sandwich without any. Okay.
Yeah, I have so many times that I go to, hey,
Hey,
poet.
poet.
How's it going?
Good. Let's just finish this one.
Go ahead.
So a lot of times that I go to the kitchen to do something, I do 30 other things. I come back and I didn't do the original thing that I went there to do. That's executive dysfunction.
I do that when right before, like I said, before I get a migraine, I call it running in circles. I'll pick up something and go put it where it belongs. And instead of doing something else, I'll see something else that needs to be done. So I go do it, and then I see something else and I go do it, and I just run in circles.
That's executive dysfunction. Yeah.
Okay.
Not as executive dysfunction. It's executive functions not functioning perfectly or as well as they could. How's it going, poet?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Turn your volume up a little bit.
I'm going to have to
There you go.
get closer. I actually got a new mic. It should come in on Wednesday, along with a bunch of other stuff. And
Awesome. We're getting all professional in here, huh?
I know Juliana's starring stuff when we're reading questions. It's like a real channel in here.
I know. Yeah, Juliana and Marilyn do a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Let's just I just wanted to try to catch up a little bit because I'm 10 minutes behind. Just wanted to read the starred ones, and then I'll keep back starting some new ones, and then let Poet do his thing too. And
cool.
Okay.
I'm just here to hang out for a little while.
Electric
All right.
Boogaloo. Question for all of you. What crafting talent do you wish you had? Also sending hugs to all of you.
let's go in order. Chad, you go first.
Oh, crafting? I do, I don't know, talent, but I do the drawing, the painting.
But
the soap
which
making.
one do you wish you had?
What talent
That's
do you
the
wish you had?
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't listen. I guess I mean, who doesn't? I wish I could paint like Bob Ross.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
gotta
even
get the hair. You gotta get the hair
I
going
don't know
now.
if I need the hair, and I don't even need to be as good as him, but I mean, just somewhere close be cool.
All right.
Love Bob.
I would like to have all the crafting talents. I
Go for the gusto, huh?
Yeah, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that.
I try to draw. I try to crochet. I don't care about knitting, so I wouldn't really necessarily wish I had that talent. It's not really I wish I but that's the ADHD thing again. I wish I could get around to doing things more often and practice, but I wish I had more natural talent to make it easier. And I don't know. That's my answer. Terry?
I wish I could quilt. And the only reason I can't quilt is because it's an exact thing, and I'm not good on anything that has to be exact. I like to wing it and go off track a lot. So I wish I could quilt.
All right. Actually, now that you said that, I remember I wish I could sew. I have played with a sewing machine a couple times, but I wanted to be able to sew clothes, actually, too. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I do wish I could make a little mini Chad over there, though.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
this thing is awesome.
Marilyn, is the mother crafter of.
Yeah.
I showed it to my husband the other last night, and he goes, "Somebody just did that?" And I said, "Yes." He goes, "But the clothes are matching and the glasses are matching."
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was based off of this shirt too.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
Looks like it.
Poet, your turn.
Well, obviously, for me, it would be illustrating more. I can draw
Ooh.
okay, and it would help me with my poetry and stuff, because it kind of leads into a poet I was going to talk to y'all about, called William Blake. Have y'all ever heard of him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he drew.
Yes, he did lithographs. He did his poetry, and I first heard of him when I got into college, and here's they are. His songs of innocence and experience are just phenomenal, and if I could ever get my hands on some originals of his work, it would just be like nerdgasm. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I printed up a couple of his poems. I'll read for y'all in a little bit. So yeah, this one collection I'm working on, I'm having it illustrated by a buddy of mine, but he's a really busy person, and he's a phenomenal artist. I've known him since 11th grade. Our senior, our last semester of high school for English, they had us do a little project. So I wrote a poem and he illustrated it. So I really wish I hadn't lost that too. But it's kind of like, I was like, dude, you got to do this for me. He goes, okay, just give me time. Gave him until September. Hopefully that's enough time.
That's cool.
All right. Simon?
First of all, I'd love to be able to write poetry, and I'd like to be better at English and writing in general. But I think I'd really like to be either like a sculpturer, be able to do like wooden sculptures or like plaster. But I'd really like to do pottery as well. I'd love to be able to make pots, pottery.
That's cool.
All right.
I'm interested that pottery isn't big in the United States, but when I was in Ireland, pottery is really big over there.
My mom used to do that when I was a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, they up in Quitman, that's a town that's about a 15-minute drive from me. They had pottery classes, I think, through one of the churches she went to. Just so long ago, I don't remember exact details, but yeah, you can find a pottery class anywhere, especially in bigger cities. I know here in the United States, they have the community outreach and education programs, adult education. They offer all kinds of arts and crafts stuff like that. So, Simon, you might want to check into your area once you can be more motivated and can get around better.
Yeah.
Pottery.
No, there's definitely courses you can do in pottery around my local area. Definitely. Yeah. It's something that I've always wanted to do. It's one of those things I've just always never really got round to. But like I said, I'd love to be able to sculpture, like wooden sculptures. I'd love to be able to carve. Well, I'm quite good at working with wood, but I wouldn't be able to do like sculpturing. That's a real art, isn't it?
Don't sell yourself short, dude. Don't sell yourself short.
Mate, well, true. Thank you.
Yep.
One for you here, Terry.
There's a pottery convention here in North Carolina every year around my birthday, November 2nd weekend, Seagrove, North Carolina. Ooh. That's cool. Maybe it's just around here. There's not pottery. Okay.
My friend Greg, the guy who's the illustrator, he actually did his, he's got his BFA, and his senior project was ceramics. He did these statues. I got pictures of them. If I can find them, I'll post them on my YouTube channel. But I actually have them in my storage shed. He packed them up, and he was going to shoot them, use them for target practice. And I was like, no way, because it was funny when they were in the show. This one dude asked him, this older gentleman asked him if he had put pants on the sculpture, right? That was the intricate detail. It looked like the sculpture was actually wearing pants, and he did it with ceramics.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, he didn't like it because he's a perfectionist, like all artists are. So. But yeah, they're hanging out in crates in my storage shed.
Wow.
Joel was an auctioneer. That's
Sorry,
awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I clicked something wrong here. I'm sorry. That's
Hey,
what you were
Joel?
talking about.
That's
My
a very
only
good
talent is
channel.
talking fast, so I became an auctioneer. Not crafty, but the best I can do.
Hey, auctioneers, my hat's off to you. Sometimes I just, it's like, okay.
Yeah, I get tongue-tied.
That's insane, right? I've heard
Yeah,
those things. Like, what?
It's crazy, isn't it?
The wiring between my brain and my tongue's all messed up anyway. So, yeah.
Electric Boogaloo. You guys are one of my favorite new channels. Love watching the conversation.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Love Chad with the
Electric Boogaloo
Bob
again.
Ross hair.
That's
Can you
funny.
imagine that?
Joel, question. Juliana, where are you from? You are a wise and kind person, a gift to the world, and so glad you are here. I agree with that. But
Aw.
answer the
Thank you
question.
for your kind words. I am from Clearwater, Brazil. No, I'm just kidding. We're all from Clearwater. I'm from Brazil.
That's cool.
Grand Theft Hoop. Is it Hoople? The
It's
world
hoopty.
is plenty big enough for more mini
Hoopty.
Chads.
That's cool.
Does Chad agree?
Yeah, both Chads agree.
Both
I
Chads agree?
think you got to talk to Marilyn about the mini chads, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how she makes
What
them
did I
so
do here?
fast.
I
That's
don't.
another thing.
I don't know. When I asked her about my Jedi robes, it was just like, okay, and she was like, well, I don't know. Send me a picture. I sent her a picture, and the next thing I know, she's already had it like halfway done.
See,
So it was just like,
Oh, by the way, Poet, I love the picture you posted.
yeah,
I commented there, but I wanted to tell you, like, I love it. Just the idea of
Yeah.
Jedi Mike battling. You know,
well,
it was.
I have a whole bunch more of them, but the camera on my phone, I don't know if you can see it. It's all messed up, but the lens is cracked, so
Oh.
it only has several focal lengths. I use this thing to record my videos for my poetry because the selfie camera works great. You know, it's great. This is a Samsung S10e, great camera on it, except when it's broken. So I got me another one. So I'm gonna take more pictures with it. So you know, to send it to Blown for Good, maybe they'll do the shoots and everything. You know, because they said they do it like once a month or so. So I need to take better quality pictures because I'm a perfectionist too. So as soon as I'm getting a case like this in for it, I will take
Just
more
remember
pictures.
to make it. Sorry.
Keep it wide, side to side. Keep it
You
wide,
know it.
side to side.
You know it.
Yeah. I always think it's funny. That is hilarious. You know,
It is funny.
so I got nothing now. Someone else talk.
Ooh.
What's next?
Willie Weed. I was an art major and took 3 years of ceramics.
Cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
On Hot on Fire, if Chad ever does Bob Ross, we demand a brown afro.
That'd be funny.
Just putting it up there.
Hey, you could get a wig real easy, dude. It'd be an interesting
Yeah.
character. That would be a
Yeah,
very
that's
interesting
easy. That's
character.
very easy.
Rock It Out with Kim DeHay. The cool part about
Hi.
how Marilyn crochets is most of the time she creates the pattern as she goes. True art.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
It-
The
Absolutely.
Jedi
It's like the difference between cooking and baking. You know,
Yeah.
baking is a science. Cooking is an art. Marilyn cooks.
Nice.
Yeah.
We all caught up on all our questions?
Is anyone here a good cook?
I am.
Oh, you
I
are?
thought you might be, Terry.
Oh, sorry.
What was that? Yeah, I know you have my. Do you have my? Goldie has my email address. Get my email address from her. I'm sure she'll give you the right one, get you pointed in the right direction. Sure, I'll even put it on video if you want me to, Irma.
I would love to be able to write poetry. Like I say, English isn't my strong point. Writing, you know, I can write. I'm not very good at storytelling or anything like that, really.
Well, you wouldn't believe it, but it's not my strong suit either. I sucked at grammar and all that other stuff when I was in primary school. I hated spelling. I just hated doing it. It was boring, And but my grandmother was a writer. She's a poet, and unfortunately, I don't have any of her stuff. I've read some of it that my mom had gotten after she passed, and it, like the nature of most things is to get lost in the mood, and with time. But I was talking with my mom not too long ago. Actually, my aunt, one of her younger sisters, actually writes too. I need to get a hold of her and see if she's got anything. Maybe I'll do some of her stuff. But as far as I know, me and her are the only two that are poets. We get it from our grandmother. Well, her mom, my grandmother. So the thing I do is just write. It sometimes it sounds like a cop out to me personally, but I can't explain it. And sometimes it's just like something takes over. You hear it all the time with songwriters, and
You go into automatic mode a little bit.
Yeah, it's like I'm channeling something, like all these haikus and limericks I've been writing, these videos, this Scientology haikus and limericks I've been writing. I'll be watching one of the live streams and comment and everything, and then suddenly one of them will say, will just click something, and boom, I got one. I've written like 35.
I saw that when you
35.
wrote the last one. You said the 35th. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and so I'm putting them out at random and everything. That way, to spice things up, because sometimes, it's not the end journey. It's not the goal. The end. It's the journey that counts. And like the one that Sarasota Jerry did the other days. I do not know how that dude keeps a straight face when he does his stuff.
It's hilarious.
Oh my God, the one where he was outside the org,
I'm gonna take
the mission,
yeah.
or wherever it was. It gave me an idea for one too. It's going to be
all right.
So yeah,
Sarasota Jerry just has that nerve to actually go there and put that face and say. He said something like,
the ideal.
I said, Aaron Hubbard is my homeboy. I laughed so hard.
It was funny. I seen that too.
The ideal cell campaign. Oh my God. I do not know how he keeps a straight face doing that stuff. Chad, I don't know how you keep a straight face doing the stuff you do too. So,
I'm not even sure either, but yeah.
Let me put this one up here because it's on topic too.
Okay, you want me to keep reading them?
If you want to, I don't have to. It's easier for me if I don't have to click and start and read.
It's fine. I don't mind. Burke. Poetry has so many categories and styles that you can express yourself however you want. Learning the rules is just so you can be deliberate when you break them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Just right. I started out on an old crappy IBM electric typewriter. I was taking keyboarding. We called it typing, keyboarding. When I was in high school, my mom bought it for me, and I needed to keep my mind off of nicotine withdrawal, so I just started banging out rhymes, and that's how it started.
All right.
Man, it's just
nice.
And I've dealt with writer's block most of my 30s. I didn't write crap because everything I wrote I thought was crap. So that was all right.
Anybody or most people who create whatever, I think everybody goes through that at some point,
Yeah, and one of the things that helped me get out of it, I took some poetry classes online through this one online university. It was a basic writing class. We did poetry, we did some screenplays, we did short fiction and stuff. Just to give myself the drive to do it. I actually have a basic copy of one of the poems I did. I have to dig that up, and it's probably one of the project I do later. But you know the band Goo Goo Dolls? Chad, you should know Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
What's the lead singer's name? His name kind of.
Oh, that
Johnny something. Johnny.
Yeah. He did an interview where it kind of stuck with me. He said that he was suffering through writer's block because everything he wrote he thought was crap. And then he wrote Iris. And it's just something that broke. And when it became a big hit, I actually got to see them in concert. My little sister, she's 11 years younger than me. When she was a teenager, she wanted to go, and my mom wouldn't let her go without me. And so my mom bought me a ticket. It was a great show. To be my sister's babysitter to go see a show, I was like, hell yeah.
cool.
But yeah, they're really good. So it was that little piece of thing I kept in the back of my mind, and then after that class, it just slowly but surely the cracks started showing in the dam, and now I'm producing like mad, which is wonderful.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you tell whether it's going to be a popular piece, or do you need to get feedback first?
Well, I always welcome feedback, especially constructive feedback. If you're going to tell me you hate it and it fracking sucks, go away. Haters, trolls, constructive feedback is what I like. Okay, you could do this better, or you could do that better. Think of this audience, think of this, that, and the other. if you're going to get criticism, criticize. Don't bring down.
Yep, it's similar to what I do.
And I just throw. It's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. You know, you got to figure out which sticks.
That's
And
what Chad says.
Yeah, and
Not everything's going to be a hit.
Yeah, I have like these manila folders here.
Yep.
This right here is stuff I've been working on for the last several months, like the last 5 or 6 months. I just started getting loose leaf paper and a manila folder and just started writing. And I try to write every day, even if it's just like, okay, I wrote something today. I'll even count emails towards that, something creative. And that's advice I'd heard. Yeah, and how to. So I got a message.
There's 2 here for you, Poet.
Yeah,
there's who left the Tart is on and Tart is incoming.
Yeah, that's my text tone on my phone.
And I have another one for you from Danielle.
Cool, thank you.
I just wanted to get through some of these before it's too late, and I want to hear Poet.
Yeah. But yeah,
sorry,
I like with most artists, you know, you got to do it every day or you get rusty. Like I have my drum kits sitting right over here staring at me. Pretty soon, hopefully, I'll get it. It's an electronic one, so I have to get an amplifier for it. So hopefully, I'll break down and get an amplifier for it and start banging on them again, because I've been corresponding with the guy who taught me to play the drums, and maybe one of these days plan on getting back together with him and banging around. You know, something to look forward to.
But it's practice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything. That's what I wish I had more. It's the discipline to do things.
You're looking at one undisciplined person right here. I think I overcome my lack of discipline with passion. And that's the easiest way to put it. You got and it's got to be fun.
I'm sorry. I keep when I'm thinking you're done, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
I love it.
I just want to.
International folks automatically pronounce my name hi, which is correct. Most U.S. folks say hey. I'm just saying it the way Aaron says it.
Yeah, but Aaron's trying to correct himself. I just wanted to say that it's not because I'm international, which is kind of a funny thing to say. I'm international. Mm-hmm. I also thought it was hey in the beginning, but then I learned from you telling people on a long time ago, and then So there you go. I've been trying to say it right.
Witness.
Welcome.
Hey, oh, caught you live. Hey, Shauna P. the law nerd.
Law nerd.
I always say Shauna P. the law nerd in my head. That's how I always say it.
Does anyone else play any
any instruments?
Yeah, I was going to say, does anyone else here play instruments? Or?
No, I just wanted to. Let's just read this one and we'll go back to that then.
I make my own spices and sauces and a mean schnitzel.
Wow, I like
that's neat.
I make my own spices too.
I respect anybody who can make good pastries.
Either. Do you play instruments, Simon?
Do you, Simon?
No, I used to play the violin when I was a kid. Not very well.
Pick it back up if you can remember.
Well, I thought I was all right at it, but my mum told me a few years ago that actually they used to wheel me out at Christmas time and get me to play in front of the family. And then when I used to go back to my bedroom, they'd all laugh their heads off. So.
Does it make you happy playing it?
Did it?
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it, yeah.
Well, then pick it back up.
Pick it back up.
I'd love to play the guitar, That is something I would love to play, the guitar.
My dad was a musician.
Oh, wow.
I took classes of tons of different instruments and I don't play any, which is shameful, but I do love music. I just don't have the energy to try to learn or study or practice anything more.
Yeah, it seems
President Salazar, welcome.
So thrilled to catch the pre-show chat with all you lovely SPs.
Glad you're here.
All of us, SP and proud.
Yep.
Shauna, hey Osa, if you need to talk to someone about the next right step on your new path, please reach out. www.theaftermathfoundation.org. They
We
will
already
help.
talked to Osa today, but I figured, why not?
I was
Yeah.
if
Willie
you're
Weed,
watching, I hope you like my limericks.
Willie Weed, I really wanted to do stop motion films, but it was the 80s.
Hell, you do stop motion films really easy these days. All you need is a computer.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
that's-
stop
what's the
motion.
fun of that?
Hell, editing like Helicopter, she is
Oh, yeah, that's
she
true.
is phenomenal. Her doing that's art in and
No.
of itself.
I agree. I just like stop motion with like, clay and whatnot.
Get you some
Lego.
Play-Doh.
everything.
All you need is
Yeah.
Play-Doh, digital camera.
Yeah, that's true. It's easier.
Gustina Beefers, SP Poetry Sesh.
That's her sheesh.
No,
I have
sesh, like
Sesh.
session.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because you're talking about
Session.
poetry writing and,
Well, the idea that I don't know, I think it was either you, Terry, or in Hana had that one when we were doing the chatathon about eventually doing an anthology. I'm really, that's something that I'm interested in. Like last week, I started the process of getting my business license and stuff through the state of Arkansas. So the publishing thing is happening. It's getting the balls going. I'm not the balls rolling on that. So maybe by Christmas, maybe do an anthology to support the aftermath.
That'd be really good.
That's and so I'll let y'all know when I'll start doing submissions. Probably September. Do a couple months. I'll figure out how long I want it to be and stuff, and we'll take it from there.
that
in
is
the-
cool.
Joel McCoy, question, well, maybe a statement. When I was in high school 50 years ago, it would have been a science fiction thing to say you could all sit in your house, talk with people from all over. Wild. That's
True
true.
that.
If you watch
Yeah.
old James Bond movies, it's really funny about everything he did that was so science fiction-y is the way we live now.
Star Trek.
Star Trek's the same way.
Beam me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life here.
It is amazing, though. I do agree.
It's like
Me too.
you ever see the '90s series called Tech War?
Nope.
Okay, it had Greg Evigan in it and William Shatner. It was based on some books William Shatner actually wrote called Tech War. They're decent. They were pretty good books. I don't know if I think he wrote them himself because he's a halfway decent writer, better writer than he is a director. So in the series, the way they did money, right, was they had these little modules that they stuck together and they transferred from one bank account to another.
Like Apple Pay?
Like Bluetooth. Bluetooth, Apple Pay, whatever. Some nerd back then saw that and goes, maybe I could actually make that real. And fun fact, do you know Bluetooth, the thing they use to, it's like the signal sharing, how they do it, was actually based on the patents of, you know who Hedy Lamarr is?
She was a scientist.
Yes, she was a genius. And she loved tinkering, and too bad she was a she, or the U.S. Navy wouldn't have stolen her patents. But yeah, so the technology for that was way back then. So someone took that idea and just went with it. It's amazing what science fiction writers can inspire people to come up with.
That's cool.
Work. I use stuff like Pomodoro timers and a schedule to make sure I put work into stuff. Helps me not lose an hour here or there. It's great to put time in hobbies.
Not only hobbies, Pomodoro timers are something that literally helped me through college and, helps with everything, anything that you need time management. And then after that, I learned I had ADHD. So, it makes sense that it really helped me. But yeah, I like that. I like Pomodoro.
The thing that messed my college career up. I'll put my time in college when I was in my 20s was poor time management.
Stuff.
It can be, especially when you're trying to find yourself at the same time.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's the worst.
But thank you very much. I've been trying to figure out which videos I want to do. I know my Scientology stuff gets a lot of views and stuff, and I like writing it, but I have other stuff, and
Burke, Simon, you should walk into a guitar shop and play Stairway to Heaven. I hear that's the best way to get good at guitars.
Wow.
And then Anahata responds to that.
Simon, don't listen to Burke. They're an instigator.
Simon's a good lawyer.
Music is one thing I can't do, Anahata says. I've tried. I don't get musical theory, and carpal tunnel keeps me from playing anything. My voice is nothing great.
Yeah, I have to deal with a little carpal tunnel, so
Yeah.
I identify there.
Gustina Beefers, yes, that'd be great. Anything to help bring donations to the Aftermath Foundation.
So while we're at it, I don't know, Gustina Beefers, if you've seen Chad's Chadathon that raised funds for the Aftermath Foundation. The next one is going to be, Chad?
June 26th, 9 p.m.
When?
Till,
What time?
Oh, June 26th, 9 p.m. for 10 hours.
So after the main SPTV
Yep, after the main
live,
SP.
Monday
Yep.
Live,
Yep.
the
I'll be
next
there.
Chadathon. We might instead of doing it for the Aftermath Foundation, we might do it for Mike, but we don't have that figured out yet. But
Yep.
stay
And then
tuned.
If we do, we'll just do the Aftermath a different day, right?
Or
didn't
we just do
fully
it
talk-
next month or something, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just we'll
Yeah,
talk about
Mike's-
that you know.
yeah.
We'll talk
Yep.
about that later.
Yep.
And
I agree.
and I have a little fundraiser idea that I'll put a video out probably later this week on my
All right.
community tab. So I'll post
Awesome.
it on the crafts, the Colson Coffee and Crafts
All right.
Facebook page too. So
So everybody keep an eye out for Poet's channel, community
Yep.
tab, and
yeah,
Carolyn's group.
it'll be probably Thursday or Friday because I got to get some stuff in.
Okay. All right.
Gustina Beefers, SP for life. I'm so glad I found SPTV. I'd be lost without y'all. I
We're
feel the same.
all in this together. Na, 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 na. Well, where is it? Oh, here we go.
Rock it out with Kim DeHai. I am living my childhood dreams. 2023 might not have been all hoverboards, but it's turned out pretty cool. I can't wait for the next section of life.
Yeah,
Yes,
indeed.
I was raised on the Jetsons, and I really want a robot made like Rosie.
I'd like the car that folds itself into the briefcase.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because like
Yeah.
whenever I go downtown, I can't find parking anywhere.
Yeah, what I remember from that is when you got all the people up in the sky, and one time George went down way towards the ground, and there was a bird walking, and he goes,
Oh,
"We left because those people up here. Now we're down here."
that's hilarious! I've never
It
seen
was
that.
pretty damn funny. Yeah, I agree. I grew up on Scooby Doo, the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Me too.
And all that stuff. And I remember party lines. I live out in the middle of nowhere. In the mid '80s, we still had a party line. All you had to do was dial 5 numbers, and you could get anybody. As long as. And now, if you're going to go by someone's house, like I had lunch a week and a half ago with one of my oldest friends. I hadn't seen her in like 17 years, and we went through college together and stuff, and she's like remarking how remarkable it was, the changes from then to now. Like, okay, if you want to know if someone's home, most likely they didn't even have a freaking telephone. If they did, it was a landline. You just go over to their house, knock on the door. If they're not home, they're not home. These days, if you knock on the door, they think you're stalking you or something like that. You might get shot. How things have changed. But I agree. I joke with people and say we're living in Star Trek.
Yeah, it's definitely a big adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we have here?
Willie Weed. Takes a while for other things to catch up. I saw my first touchscreen at Epcot in '82.
Wow.
Wow.
I was born in '82.
I graduated high school in '82.
What were y'all doing in '82?
I was watching E.T. I was 4 years old.
I
wasn't born yet.
I was living in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
There you go.
Yeah, my mom had married a dude who was in the Army.
if anyone's looking for Simon's YouTube channel and can't find it and want it really quick, go on Clearwater Chad's community tab. He's got videos. He'll get the credit for him. If you
Oh,
click
yeah, I
on
had
it,
that
it'll
one
go right
starred.
to-
Shoot, now
Oh, okay.
now I lost the other one.
I
had
didn't see
already
it start. I
unstarted.
just, yeah.
No, I'm sorry because I
Oh, you're good. I love that you're doing the starring because I'm not doing it. I refuse to do all that stuff. So I
that's why
really
you
appreciate
have
it.
us.
Yep.
I was on leave from the Sea Org in 82.
So don't forget
here, I
to
found it.
subscribe to Clearwater to Simon
Clearwater
and
Dad, Borderline what? Borderline Dad,
Yeah.
Simon.
I'm
Well
calling
done,
him
Dennis.
Simon. I'm calling him Simon. We gotta pick a name and go with it.
Yeah,
Simon. Okay, Simon it is.
So
I keep
good.
calling him Borderline Dad, or not even Borderline. I said Borderline Dad now, but I was saying.
I know, I did that
still
too in the
saying Clearwater
video.
Dad, Clearwater Dad, Clearwater Dad.
If you guys watch one of the videos, I feel bad. I called him Borderline Dad.
Well,
Guy
everybody
keeps
calls.
changing his name every day. Can't keep up.
His
We've
fault,
done
not
this one,
ours.
Julie.
Oh, we have. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's part of my
Then I don't
borderline
know which
personality
one that I-
disorder. I've got
that I
these different
lost.
personalities.
It's okay. We still, you're still good with us.
Oh, somebody else who was 4 in 82.
Electric Boogaloo was
Chad,
4 in 82.
like Chad.
Yep.
Burke, I was on leave from the Sea Org in 82.
What, they actually gave you leave? That's remarkable.
That was back in the old days when they were a little nicer, right?
Yeah, I agree, Burke. The reboots of the Thundercats.
Oh, I didn't know they rebooted it. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched the original Thundercats.
Well,
religiously.
They've rebooted Thundercats and Masters of the Universe several times. The best reboot was the one they did in the early aughts. It's really, really good. The animation, it's kind of an anime Japanese style animation, but the characters are true to the originals, but the writing was really, really good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Thundercats was one of my favourites as a kid. That was like one of my. I had all like
Mine
Castle
too.
Grayskull and everything. Yeah. Loved
Oh
it.
wow.
I collected Star Wars and G.I. Joe.
Wow, that's cool too.
We had Action Man. We didn't have GI Joe in England. We had Action Man.
Well, I don't have any of that anymore because my sister destroyed most of it. She was, and I would try to keep it from her. My mom would be like, "Leave your sister alone." So the only one she would leave alone was Chewbacca. She was afraid of him, so I'd chase her around with him. Yeah, she and I talked about that not too long ago. She's like, "I remember that."
Here you
I
go.
wasn't technically on leave. I just wasn't alive then, Burke.
Wow.
Everybody going crazy over Thundercats.
Oh yeah, this is
Yep.
80s nostalgia. Some cartoons are some of the best things about the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
Denver Steve-O in the house.
G.I.
Nice.
Joe with swivel
Denver
arm
Steve-O.
action grip.
That's from an Eddie Murphy movie. That's funny.
Yeah, the Super Friends.
Justice
I
League
watched
with my
the Super
man.
Friends,
And
Scooby Doo. Yeah, I loved all those Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
I liked Inspector Gadget. The
Oh,
original. The
oh, yeah, me
original.
too.
Oh, I would drive my mom crazy watching.
Oh, I used to
She
love that so
hated-
much.
She hated it. I watched it all the time.
Go, Gadget, go.
Oh God, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun.
I would take a tape recorder. I'd take like a cassette tape recorder, right, and record the soundtrack for it and listen to it like on trips and stuff. Because when we lived in North Carolina, it was like an 8-hour drive to West Virginia where our family was from. So take a day. And I remember not having the headphones in. The sirens at the beginning of the theme.
Yeah.
Where it does the sirens? I turned it on, and the sirens went off, and my stepdad, that's my sister's father, was driving, and all of a sudden he thought we were getting pulled over. It was funny. Needless to say, I put my headphones back in.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh
Rocky
yeah.
Ramjet, Danger Mouse.
Danger
Oh.
Mouse.
Oh no! What was it? Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. And
I'm
speaking
just
of
Here I
Hong
come.
Kong Fooey. Okay.
Hong
I
Kong
can
Fooey,
tell who's about my age by all these answers now.
strawberry shortcake, and Care
Destiny
Bears.
Salazar.
Care Bears.
Jetsons.
Oh, sorry. That was
Captain
No,
Planet.
I'm reading out loud now.
yeah. And I'm
Captain
like Captain
Planet was a-
Planet,
Brilliant.
You know,
Easer
but I
Hero.
can't. But the Captain Planet is one that I don't know how to say in English. I only know how to say it in Portuguese. Terra, fogo, vento, água, coração. Pela união dos seus poderes, eu sou o Capitão Planeta. Vai, planeta!
Oh, that was good.
We're
That's
having
something that, yeah, I've heard it in English before,
want
but I
chips?
grew up like, watching it in Portuguese. So
Wow.
Classic, a classic, of
Roma
course,
tomato.
staple.
They're the smaller ones.
And an oval top.
Will you get me one of those?
One of those and lettuce.
And head of lettuce. Thank you.
one for us too.
Oh, sorry. Making
Okay.
shrimp po' boys for dinner.
Nice.
A staple's got to be The Simpsons still, but I was really shocked
Yeah.
when I found out Nancy Cartwright was the Scientologist. I was really shocked by
Right.
that.
But
Yeah,
The
that's-
Simpsons
never-
is like not for us who were kids in the 80s.
no, but I remember watching The Simpsons.
I remember
on-
watching the 90s sort of thing.
Yeah, 9 is sure.
You know
but-
the little shorts they did on the Tracy Ullman show where it first started
That was
out?
the 80s, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was late, be 88, 89 at the latest.
Oh no, I never watched The Simpsons or any of that when I was a kid. When I was a
Yeah.
teenager in the 90s, yes.
Yeah, I remember when I was late high school, just graduated from high school when I graduated in 1990. So it had been right around in there when the Tracy Ullman show was on, and that's where they debuted. I remember watching it.
Wow.
It was pretty funny, and again, I didn't know that until the Aftermath show. I didn't know that Leah Remini was part of it, Some people will advertise it, some people don't.
Oh, sorry.
Chip and
This
Dale.
was my
the-
favorite, or
yeah, the
one of my
Rescue Rangers.
favorites.
That was a good
The
show.
Rescue Rangers. I was
Yeah.
so in love with that cartoon.
I liked Darkwing Duck.
Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and
What was that, Poet?
Darkwing Duck.
Was that the real life thing, no?
No, it was like it started out with Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, and then you had Darkwing Duck was a spinoff of that, and Darkwing Duck was a spinoff of DuckTales.
Underdog.
DuckTales. Oh, I love DuckTales. I've written
Yeah.
DuckTales. I'm sorry, I'll
DuckTales.
pull this back
Me
up
too.
again. DuckTales too.
You DuckTales.
DuckTales rules.
Yeah, okay. Tracy Ullman, Denver Steve was saying Tracy Ullman was it was right around in there. Yeah, Underdog. Yeah, there's another one of those great Hanna-Barbera ones.
And the Smurfs are Hannah. Yep. Denver likes Smurfs too.
Rude Dog and the Dweebs. Can anyone remember that one? No.
Here we go, Electric Bangalore. By your powers combined and Captain Planet. Pela união dos seus poderes, eu sou o Capitão Planeta. There you go.
Nice.
That's awesome. I totally know what you're saying. Yeah, because it's the same thing. Like if I hear it in English, I'll know what it is too. I understand English, but in other
I'm
language.
gonna have to rewatch this and figure out how we ended down this path.
Who
I
knows?
know.
I don't know, but we're enjoying it again.
Yeah, we started talking about who knows? That's the fun thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I love that. If you have Disney Plus, you can actually watch those. I loved them as a kid. Sometimes I look at them and I'm like, they're really stupid times, but yeah.
Okay, get ready for the next one now. Now we're gonna connect it all together.
Okay.
Yeah, I
They
remember.
did this to play Dianetic commercials during the
Wow.
Saturday
Wow.
curtains. There you go. That's why we're talking about it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I remember seeing them late at night. Out here in the middle of nowhere. All we had was 4 or 5 TV channels. So
I remember seeing them at night time on like when the TV channel would go to like a sort of when they'd sell stuff on the channel. Yeah.
yeah, when they go to the infomercials and stuff late at night. Yeah.
Do y'all remember? I'm sure maybe one or two you do. There used to only be 3 channels, and then they brought in a 4th kind of independent channel.
Yeah,
And they used to show just crazy stuff. And that's where they would show the Dianetics when I lived in Miami.
Yeah, they did that here in the mid '80s. It was the regular ABC, CBS, NBC, And
And then you had something independent, and it eventually became Fox Channel.
yeah, you had PBS, and then we had 2 independent channels that became Fox, and then Paramount, and then whatever that is these days.
I remember watching after school. It would be like Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie, and that's where I
Mhm.
remember the Dianetics commercials from.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Well, it's
I've
getting
just done a couple of videos. I just done a couple of videos of Dianetic commercials. I sort of ripped them and sped them up and slowed them down and played about them a bit. They're funny to watch now. Like Juliana was saying, like there was one I was watching. This woman just like she's going on about the cognitions and just all of them how they go on about this. It is funny to watch.
They're really good.
My brother was super into He-Man, so I watched a lot of that too. So funny.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gummy
Gummy
Bears.
Bears?
Too.
No,
No,
Gummy
I-
Bears good.
I don't remember Gummy Bears.
Me
Yeah, I
neither.
watched
Oh,
that.
I do.
You do?
Was it
Yeah.
called Gummy Bears?
Yeah,
Okay, then I do. Yeah.
there was Gummy Bears, there's Care Bears, but
Oh yeah, Gummy Juice. That's what we call Gummy
Roadrunner.
Juice.
Road Runner, the Coyotes After You, Meep Beep,
Yeah, I grew up on Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes is great.
too. And Smurfs. Smurfs were when I was in high school. I love the Smurfs, especially the Jay Leno reboot.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Denver Steve-O.
He's funny. Here's a Jay Leno
Anna.
Smurf right here.
There you go.
Nostalgia. Yeah, we are getting nostalgia, Shauna.
hmm
And here we have an answer. That's why we started down this path.
Yeah, I guess it's my fault.
It is your fault.
Cool.
I may do jewelry design for the next chat-a-thon.
Cool.
Sandy Powers. That Clearwater Chad crochet doll is a hoot. I love her designs.
It's amazing.
We all do.
Electric Boogaloo. Recommendations for podcasts. Most diverse, the best. I don't do podcasts, so y'all jump in.
Most of the ones I listen to, I don't know who. Anybody ever hear of Mr. Ballin?
Mhm.
And Mr. B. Allen, he does true crime. That's kind of what
Okay.
led me down here. He does these really weird stories, true crime. It's just really strange stuff. And he does this podcast on, I get it on Audible. And he also has a really good YouTube channel. He's a really good storyteller, ex-Navy SEAL. I recommend checking him out.
Cool.
Anybody else?
I like Lex Fridman.
Lex Fridman? Fridman, you said?
Yeah, Lex Fridman. I enjoy
Lex
him.
Fridman. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Chad?
an interesting fella.
Chad, any podcasts? Do you listen to podcasts?
Not really. No, not at
No?
all.
That A one was on the Cleared Hot podcast recently. That's a good podcast actually. He has some good guests on there. The Cleared Hot podcast.
All right.
Hey, fellas, I got to go to relieve myself, and it's getting close to.
Yeah,
when you're supposed
I
to
was
be
just
on
going to say it
campus.
is.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's almost 7 o'clock, so we can
Hey.
cut for the.
Hey,
So we're
Tom's
gonna
not
we're
gonna
gonna end here with the podcast recommendations, I guess.
Okay, and lots of people have put them
Well, I
over
mean,
there on
if
the
you want to
side.
do, if you want to do 1 or 2
All right.
more, Julie, or whatever.
So
What is
I'm ducking out, fellas.
See you,
Later,
bud.
bud.
See y'all in the chat.
Why is there? Is
Oh,
there?
I
is
like
there?
this one.
Yeah,
like
I was
this
gonna
one.
say do a couple more if you want.
Podcast recommendations. We have here Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. I like that one. I haven't heard it in a long time, but he interviews a bunch of different. Michael Rosenbaum. I don't know if you guys know who he is.
No, I'm gonna write these down.
He is. He was Lex Luthor in Smallville, and he interviews a bunch of different people, and they're really like light conversations in the beginning, but then they go so deep. Like they always talk about mental health or something like that. It's. I like him too. Let's see what else we have here. Someone Knows Something podcast.
That sounds like true crime.
Sounds good.
Let me go back here too. Let's see what else we have here for recommendations.
I listen to a lot of NPR, true crime lawyer stuff, etc.
I'm not sure if this is a podcast or
Soft
what it
White
is.
Underbelly is fascinating actually.
Is it a podcast?
It's not really a podcast actually. It's more of he does interviews.
Okay.
Interviews people on the street and stuff. Yeah, it's really.
Mayim Bialik breakdown.
Mayim Bialik is
She was on.
Blossom.
Yes, she was Blossom, and then she was on the Nerd Show. What was the Nerd Show?
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Witness. I'm a true crime and legal fan. Also love reality TV. Emily D. Baker is great.
I think I already put this one up. Someone knows something podcast. Okay. What else? Anything else here?
Last podcast on the left. Some days Joe Rogan is good.
Yeah, I used to watch Joe Rogan a lot, and I went off him. I haven't watched him for a while. Not went off him. I just went off some of the guests he was getting on. But I should start watching him again, really, because I used to really enjoy Joe Rogan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Indoctrination podcast.
100%. Rachel Bernstein, licensed therapist, specialized in cult survivals. Cult survivors.
Definitely recognize that name.
Friends with Chris Shelton and John A.
That'll be why. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome podcast. True. Thank you for that. I listen, or I follow. I don't necessarily listen to all of that. A lot of cult podcasts, like a little bit culty.
Yeah.
With Sarah and Nippy from Nexium. Indoctrination. There's one that's a little bit more intellectual, but it's excellent. That's called Conspirituality. They go deeper into subjects. So if you're into that kind of thing, they analyze things. I think it's very good too, very interesting. But they go deeper. Yeah, that's all I can think about right now. Oh, there's another one that's way lighter about cults too. That's I forget. Sounds like a cult. Sounds like a cult. It's two friends, so it's very light. It's very chatty, and they cover, for example, the cult of CrossFit. And then they talk about what's culty about CrossFit, and then they talk about that.
Okay.
And then in the end, they have 3 categories, which is live your life, watch your back, or get the fuck out. And so they classify, that how culty is that group that they're discussing. Very, very fun too.
Wow.
Anything else here? Last podcast on the left.
I've heard that one a few times mentioned. I really, really love reporting live from my sofa. I think podcasts as well from Witness.
I like that name. Let's see.
Shauna, I have some stories about Mark Liotta, creator of Soft White Underbelly. One day when we have time, I'd love to share with y'all. Okay, we got 2 hours next Monday, Shauna.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, he's the creator of that channel, and I wonder what she means by that. I have some stories about him. I hope they're not bad stories.
That she wants to tell the stories. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
Electric Boogaloo. Let's talk about sex is a good one.
That's a good name too.
Forgotten about that one actually.
Great name. Willie Weed. There's cults to consciousness. Listen to her today.
Yeah, Shalice. Excellent. The intellectual cult one is not only cult, but also it's called, I forget now. Conspirituality.
Yeah, that's it.
Conspirituality.
Right. I don't think I've spelt it right, but give it a go.
I can copy. I can write it here, but not right now.
I love all the different cults. Learning about
what else? Trust Me is good too. The 2 girls, yeah.
Wow.
If you think, I don't know. I forget what they say. I haven't been listening.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that's all.
Yeah, what is in the top right corner? I just now noticed that.
It's
Julie made it.
Tentative logo. It's an idea for
I
the
like
beginning of the
Wow. Both Chads approve of
very
it.
happy.
Yeah, I love it too. But yeah, Julie made that.
I gotta figure out how to post as myself. I'm posting as Chad here. I'm sorry, Chad. That was me.
It's all right.
Conspirituality podcast. Yeah, we're
It's
learning
funny,
this, guys.
when I log into my
learning.
when I log into my StreamYard, it has your name at the top, Julie.
Yeah, because you created. We'll figure that out later.
No, I don't
now
care.
we're
I like
learning.
it.
we
Yeah.
have the team thing, so we got to figure out
yeah.
how to put my profile there. So I don't know if it's possible.
Yep. No, I love
Hi,
that you're doing the
Witness. Great logo, Chad. Thank you.
thing.
Chadspiracy. All right, guys. I don't think those guys are going live tonight. I didn't get any notification.
I think
I've just got a
there's-
notification.
Yeah, someone is.
Oh, you did? So I didn't
Yeah, I
get
think
it.
Dazed and
All right.
Confused and Growing Up in Scientology at the same
Oh
time.
no, they're live. Kelly,
Yeah.
Liz, and Doug. All right. Okay, guys. So thanks
right.
for joining us.
Okay, after dinner, I'll meet y'all there.
We'll be back here, Chad and I, and
Yep.
Denver Stevo and Marilyn, the Crochet Queen. We'll be back here for an after party after the main event.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us.